Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
Yo,
what up?
What up? What up? What up? What up? Ow! It's not a fucking game. This is episode 192.
192
of the iLLogical Sense podcast. This is your boy Busby.
Give me a hell yeah! And over here it's your boy JC.
No, and Martine. The
Yo, what up? The D-Man.
Yeah, we just got done watching the VERZUZ battle between Snoop Dogg and
my God, round of applause.
DMX.
Yes.
That was an instant classic.
Yeah.
Very entertaining to watch.
Yes, extremely.
Salute to everybody that tuned in to Caffeine a few hours early and they enjoyed the watch party with us.
Yes.
Right.
Boy, was it fun.
Yes, it was.
Damn, I think we hit almost 500 viewers.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Hey, man, that's a milestone for us.
Yeah.
Hey.
Shit, that was just part one of our evening tonight.
Yeah.
We got a whole ass podcast to record.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was fun to watch, man.
That was a great battle.
Yeah.
It was closer than I expected it to
my
be.
God.
Oh, definitely a lot closer.
Score-wise, it was a lot closer.
I was talking all this shit, came
sure
out
were.
here, draped
Martine
up,
came in here
you know what I
talking
mean?
broomstick and
Yeah.
Gonna be a sweet.
You know what I'm saying? Got
Yeah.
my Laker colors on because he knows Snoop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well,
and then X started with a prayer and you was like, oh shit.
Oh man, this is not where not the start that I was looking forward to.
I don't know what you expected.
Shit,
But
well, you know what I expected. I told you guys straight up.
I mean, like I said on when we had the pre-battle analysis when we were running on Caffeine, I said in order for X to just make it competitive, he's got to take advantage of certain songs and he's got to throw in some of his well-known classics just to keep it going for the second half. And I'll be damned. At the end of the first half, our scorecard was 6-4, and I was like, he done did it.
Yeah.
He found a way to make it happen.
He did.
Sure did.
Boy, that was that I have no issue with that battle at all.
It was entertaining as I expected it to
dope,
be.
man.
And then he did something I didn't even expect when it was a G's versus Hustlers, and I was like, "How's X gonna?"
Okay, yeah.
And JC was talking all that shit. JC was talking all that shit. He's like, "I don't know what he's gonna do. This is one of my best records." And then X just looked at him and just played "Who We Be," and I was like, "Oh wow!"
And I was like, "Oh."
And then I just
answer.
started nodding my head. I was like, "Yeah, that's X.
As
That's
soon as it
X."
started to, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, it's not right.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, this is not what I expected.
I thought for sure last week if they did a "What's My Name" round, I would go with Snoop, and they did that the second round, and I went with X.
Yeah, because it was just
didn't think I wouldn't go that
it was
route.
the energy. Because I told you what was gonna happen. You want to go to jail? You want to party?
It was definitely about timing. You know what I mean? Like, it came down to that. Because if it was the other way around, like if X played his shit first and then Snoop went after that, you probably would have went Snoop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was literally, like I said, just all about timing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just after that, Snoop was going on a roll, and then right when we thought it was going to get ugly, Snoop played down for my niggas, and then X countered with Money Cash Hoes, and we're like, okay, all right.
We didn't just say okay. We were just like, oh shit!
I didn't expect that.
It wasn't okay. We was not calm, bro.
I didn't expect that.
Did not at all.
Yeah.
I also did not expect that a lot of people knew Back in One Piece like that.
Seriously.
Did not expect it, and then let alone it went up against Ain't No Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An overall consensus on the VERZUZ website where you could vote. It was like 56. Last time I checked, it was 56% for Back in One Piece, and I was like, really? It wasn't even like when I got mad at it. It was like I didn't know a lot of people knew that record.
It was Fun
I mean,
for me.
because it was a soundtrack, like you know what I mean, a soundtrack song, and not to diss it, but it's just like, let's think about this for a second. A song from a movie versus arguably like the greatest hip hop album.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying you're pitting those two up against each other, but it came from those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It was
that shit
great,
is just
man.
wild,
It was
bro.
great,
It
man.
makes
X
sense.
had quotables. Snoop was crip walking when X had to go take a piss.
They had
Oh,
a good
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Like
that shit was
the
just fun.
energy from both of them overall, it was great.
I don't know how they're gonna top that. To be honest, I don't know who they can get next. Who can they get next? Only person I can think of is Hov. That's the best part, bro. He got that title deal.
I'd like them to go back to producers for the next battle.
Yeah. Who? Who?
Same here.
I don't know. I mean, Justice League keeps coming to mind.
Just Blaze.
Just Blaze was somebody that comes to mind.
Just would be dope, man.
Just Blaze versus Bink would be amazing, but we know it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy to see a Just Blaze versus Kanye, but crazy.
We'll get to him in a
Is
bit.
the operative word there.
Yeah, we'll get to him in a bit.
So the X Snoop card, we had Snoop winning 11-9. But I mean, we got to give it to X because
Oh yeah.
We thought it was gonna be bigger than that. We thought the lead for Snoop was gonna be like what, 15 to fucking 5 or something?
I said 14-6, but I think at the end of last week, if it's 13-7, to me, X did what he was supposed to do.
Right. Yeah.
In terms of making it entertaining.
Yeah, he did.
11-9 is just like.
Oh yeah.
That's why applause.
Yeah. I mean, granted, we pretty much gave Snoop the battle around the 17th round just because he had gotten 11 at that point.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, he could have rolled over and just, played the records for different rounds at the wrong time because chances are Snoop would have countered any of those other songs in each round differently.
Yeah.
But it was the fact he ended those 3 rounds the way he did. He got the last 3 points, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
No complaints here.
And Snoop played some shit that I didn't expect to hear. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Did not expect him to play Pump Pump.
Yeah.
I was
that
shocked
shit was
with that.
kind of wild, you know what I mean? And then the placement of Beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I could understand him still playing it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where it would fit, but I'm sure I could imagine him playing it.
Right after What These Bitches Won.
Right after,
I was like,
nah.
It was like,
bro.
nah. Everyone, and people on Twitter going like, nah, man, I picked Beautiful. I'm like, really? Not me.
I mean,
I like Beautiful.
I love Beautiful.
But
Like, it's a
come
great
on,
song.
Not against what
Cisco's vocals
Nah,
against
man.
Pharrell. I'm picking
And
Cisco.
that production, I think No Kill did that, right?
Yeah.
No Kill did
No
that.
Kill did the beat.
Yeah,
Like,
did
seriously,
that beat.
you know
Like,
That's a
just
Drew Hill.
crazy.
For all intents, that's a Drew Hill produced track.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on, seriously. It's fucking Cisco versus a Pharrell hook. Like, which one you gonna pick?
Yeah.
Come on
Cisco.
now. Seriously?
Yeah. Come on now. Ooh, yeah.
I mean, for the most part, all of the X records that were my favorites, they won.
Yeah.
Like, that was surprising for me. I was wondering how's it going down with Fair in this.
Right.
He and Snoop played Pump Pump in that one, and I was like, okay, that's a no-brainer. I'm going with how's it going down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was wondering how X Gonna Give It To You is going to go. That was actually a good round going up against Bitch Please, but I mean, overall, X Gonna Give It To You just had more energy.
Yeah.
I'll run with that.
It was about the timing.
Yeah.
Once again. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's not much else that can be said about this. This was great. Shout out to Swiss and Timbaland for getting this one set up.
Yeah. So we get Kanye out the way now.
Nah, we can wait. He can wait.
I just want to get out the way now because I'm already just irritated just thinking about it.
Nah, he can wait.
He's not on the notes. That's what I'm saying. 'Cause we can get in the tantrum. And go, oh yeah, Kanye.
No, because we can say on this.
By the way.
We can say on the New York topic.
Oh yeah. Even though we're from the West Coast. Oh yeah, we just surpassed. Oh yeah, congratulations, California. We the best. We got the most COVID cases.
I thought it was just the most COVID cases for California today.
No. We have the most COVID cases. Period. We surpassed New York.
Yeah.
West, y'all.
All right.
Cool. Anyway,
I mean, it doesn't. That don't say much for me because they had the first wave, so the second wave's coming. California's been open a lot, so I mean, remember during the protests, like California was really out there versus New York, they were still staying inside.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not tying that back to the protests. I'm just saying.
yeah, no,
That
no,
was show.
we've been
We were
moving.
outside. Yeah.
and also I still blame SoCal. They're still out there in beaches at Huntington Beach. And shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all those.
That shit's stupid.
I blame SoCal. I blame
all
those.
the red areas within the state. Yeah.
That's the reason why they got, and all the people in San Quentin and shit. Fuck. Ugh.
Yeah, that's another thing too, man. These prison systems, jail systems, whatever the fuck. Like, bruh, come on now.
Treating them like animals,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, stay up, stay in the house, wear a fucking mask.
But I stay on New York because going into this battle, I saw a lot of disrespect towards both, but I was shocking to see the disrespect I was seeing towards Snoop.
Really?
And it was just like, oh, DMX gonna wash him. This ain't even close. Why is this battle even taking place? And every single person was.
I would see vice versa.
Every single person was East Coast. Like I was like, okay, well, this is making sense.
Yeah.
So much so that somebody was like, I got X 13-7, but to make it fair, Snoop shouldn't be playing any records that he's not solo because X has a lot of solo records, and it's like, well, I thought you had X.
Yeah, niggas are trying to change the goalposts.
Yeah,
come on, man. If Snoop plays anything for Nate Dogg or Tupac, that doesn't count. Okay, bro.
Yeah,
sound like some Republicans.
Yeah. Which does make sense because
sound like some Republican.
Yeah, which should make sense because on the flip side, that means Jay would have to withdraw songs that had, or X would have to withdraw songs that had Jay on it. Like that would only be fair, like,
or that Aaliyah track, or
like,
you know what I mean? Like,
so
just
it's stupid. Yeah.
By the way, shout out Creole G. Says he's from Brooklyn. He even said the Snoop one.
I mean, obviously,
you know what I mean?
Snoop Dogg.
But that took us to a few days ago, before the battle took place, when T.I. was on Ebro in the Morning.
Yeah, that was funny.
And in the midst of that conversation, T.I. said, quote, "In the universe of hip-hop, New Yorkers have the same thing that white people have with white privilege," end quote.
See, that was one of the ones I was like, I don't got time for this, and kept scrolling because I don't want to argue. It was one of those like, you on your own, T.I.
You was thinking about arguing. I was elaborating on it. I didn't even argue.
Oh no! I'm talking about Twitter. New York Twitter.
You don't want to clap back at New York Twitter. Basically.
I didn't care.
Yeah,
no, I elaborated on it. It wasn't and for me. I didn't say anything on Twitter about it. This was something I thought about over the past few days.
Oh, I feel it.
In terms of like, he wasn't wrong.
That's kind of what I was thinking as
he wasn't
said
wrong.
it.
That's why I didn't care. I don't care.
There's a strong. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a strong bias everywhere from every region you're from. Obviously, the bias probably played a role in a couple tracks in this battle for us with Snoop. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes.
For sure.
However, I can remember growing up and it just being a struggle or hell when you heard West Coast rappers going to radio stations or magazine publications and having to explain, basically saying you basically gotta suck dick to like get on the radio out there because they don't give a fuck about us.
Back then,
and this is bullshit because we make it like, how are we on top of Billboard but we can't get no spin out there?
Yeah,
I think at one point West Side Connection Bow Down was like #1 everywhere except New York.
They still had the fucking Pac. They probably still had the whole ramifications of what Pac did with
Well, no, Bow Down came out in '96.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's like right there.
Yeah.
Like right there.
Was that during the whole East Coast, West Coast shit?
Yeah, but even then, like, it was #1 everywhere, in every region, except New York.
Was Biggie still alive during that time period?
Yeah, Biggie didn't die until '97.
Yes, that probably. I don't know.
But, like, I mean, you could go that route, but at the same time, it's... if every answer that you try to come up with, it's bias.
It is bias. Yeah,
so that's the point that it goes down to. There's no other explanation for
and
it.
They still feel biased. They really feel they still feel they run this shit. Like, I remember when my boy Red said like New York always talks about how they run this shit and how they started this shit. They have a whole bunch of banners up there. They have the Hove, they have Biggie, LL Cool J, Rakim. They have a whole bunch of banners, not no new shit. If Kendrick Lamar came from fucking New York and he dropped the same type of album, like Good Kid, Mad City, but from New York, he'll be the king of New York.
He'd be the king of everywhere.
Oh no, but let's
He'd be the king of hip hop.
Yeah,
let's put a bow on it. If Kendrick Lamar was from New York and signed to Def Jam,
yeah, oh yeah.
Let's put the bow on that.
Hit the ding.
Hit the ding.
Yeah, let's go super New York.
Yeah. If he would have, he would have saved Def Jam. He would have saved New York rap. He would have been the new king of hip hop. Yeah. No questions asked.
Nope.
But since he's from the West Coast, he'd be like, oh yeah.
Somebody did this.
I mean, think about it from this perspective. J. Cole actually represents New York in terms of I came up here or went up there to start my career, and they still treat him like he's Fayetteville. Like they don't even like
from South Carolina.
And it was like
he still reps there though.
No, but I'm saying is the New York fan base.
Oh yeah,
yeah. The New York fan base does not look at him like he's a New Yorker.
Yeah, and it's like, damn, y'all had a cheat code, y'all fumbled it.
Yeah. They always y'all
could have took Cole.
Who's their king of New York right now? Who's the one running New York rap?
At one point, they crowned French Montana, and I don't even think they were trying to crown him. It was just the circumstances where they. Remember, French was on radio everywhere.
Yeah,
so you couldn't escape it.
Right. There's French Montana, and then there was
A$AP Rocky at a point was
No.
It's a big name out there. But I mean, in comparison to everywhere else, it wasn't.
Dave East.
No. Yeah. Somebody calls him Dave Least.
Who else? I'm trying to think. Who else did they really rep up there? There was French Montana, Dave East, 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
He called himself the king of New York, and no one ever says anything.
Speaking of 6ix9ine, he had to relinquish that king of New York title.
Oh yeah,
starts debuting at fucking 133 or some shit like that.
Yeah,
and deleted his social media.
And they're saying it's because of his. I think that's how I talked about it. He deleted it because of his parole's gonna be up or some shit. His house arrest about to be up, so they need him off social media.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, but he debuted from. You went from number 1 to number 3 to number not mentioned at all.
100 and
irrelevant
shit.
Because everyone's starting to fall.
100 irrelevant.
Yeah, like everyone's starting not falling for his shit no more. They're literally ignoring him. Like literally. Whatever.
Good.
But we talk about him.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Anyway, next.
I mean, they got Cardi.
Yeah, Cardi.
Cardi's cool. Like, I'm not,
She's the only one that's really popping shit. But Nicki.
And you could call her a king of New York.
Shit, I mean, all the number 1 records.
Not every woman wears a queen's what is it? Because they don't call it crown. They call it tiara. Yeah. Not every woman wears the queen's tiara. Some wear the king's crown.
Yeah, that's.
And Cardi did have it for all of 2018 as far as New York went.
Yeah.
Or there was Nicki at one point. Yeah, congratulations to Nicki Minaj.
Nicki had it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, congratulations to Nicki Minaj, by the way. Pregnant.
Oh yeah, shout out.
And that's all I'm gonna say. I could say more, but she's pregnant, about to have a baby. So
I will
blessings.
I will renege any future comments aside from I pray for a speedy delivery, or not speedy, a safe delivery,
and healthy
for both mother and child.
For sure.
And that's where it ends. Because I could say a lot more, but I'm gonna let it go because Anyway,
been there, done that.
Yeah. Also, to update on some things since we're there with Cardi, the Migos. So details of the contract came out after we spoke about it last week.
You were talking about it in the group chat. I don't know where you got it from, but
so hot hip hop news.
They always get all this shit.
They got the details.
Shit. They got the juice, huh?
We've heard of 360 deals, but never have you heard of a 720 deal.
What?
And that's basically what the Migos were signed to.
So they don't get pennies. They get half a penny.
So all right. So again, remember they were suing the lawyer, which is the lawyer of QC.
Right.
Which,
QC's
conflict
lawyer.
of interest.
Right.
Nothing. And a lot of people are bad-mouthing the lawyer. The lawyer, to me, did what he was supposed to do on behalf of the label. He represents the label.
Yeah.
The Migos are his second priority.
Yeah, he did his job.
Yeah.
Technically.
But the details of that are basically this. So I call it a 720 deal because QC had something lined up with Capitol Records where if Capitol Records were to re-up with QC on their current distribution deal, well, as a result, Migos' contract with QC resets. So they basically... so for those who don't understand this in layman terms, but can understand sports contracts terms, pretty much think of it like Migos are on a contract with their team, and they signed over indefinite team options for the team to pick them up. That's basically what happened. So at any given point, QC and Capitol can just re-up and extend their contract moving forward.
That's fucked up.
While Migos feels like they're getting pennies on the dollar from their contract as is.
Read your contracts.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even say read your contracts, but dog, they had a lawyer do that.
Yeah.
The problem was
he was
that they
working
had
with the label.
Exactly,
the
conflict of interest shit.
Right.
So technically, they did read their contracts.
Yeah. And this comes off of... So this past week, salute to Quavo and Sweetie. Both covered GQ.
Yeah.
A nice photo shoot. Nice article I checked out. It's pretty good.
That's
so this comes off of that. Cardi B is now coming out and saying that she has no management.
Yeah, I saw that.
So she's separating herself from QC, and we all know the reason why.
Yeah.
She obviously has allegiance to Offset.
Yeah.
Who is obviously Migos, goes without saying.
Yeah.
Man.
Because she hasn't dropped. And also, you notice Cardi has not dropped 1 ounce of music this year.
No.
Because of the whole pandemic. She has not dropped 1 song. So that's probably for a good reason.
In that, a lot of people, it'll bring up news across social media for those who pay attention. Because I sure as hell didn't know until I found out. But Quavo and P are no longer following each other on Instagram.
How did you find this? You were noticing?
Somebody put it on Twitter.
Oh.
Now, there was once upon a time I didn't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
But here we are, in 2020.
And giving a fuck.
And that is clear indication that things are not where they should be
over at,
Yeah.
There you go. You're giving a fuck when it's not your time to give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's really... Exactly. It's really unfortunate that it's going down this way. I mean, Busby, you do have a point where you definitely read your contracts. Mm-hmm. All's given, all that's being said. However, J. Cole made it interesting. I was about to say that
when he said he didn't read his.
Yeah, he made an interesting point because he gave a great article in the Players Stream.
Yeah.
Called The Audacity. Mm-hmm. And he broke it down into 2 different chapters. But he even said in the second chapter, right after he got done signing his Roc Nation deal, he's like, yeah, all I remember was we were, high fives and we saw the stacks of paper, and he goes, I'll be honest, I didn't even read my paperwork.
I didn't even read the contract at all.
So, I mean, that just further proves it. I mean, you could be Migos, where we kind of compartmentalize them as only turn-up music. Mm-hmm. When you have J. Cole, who we deem as a third of the three-headed monster. These guys on their first deals, they're not reading the contracts. Well, they don't know what they're signing.
To the other point, that article I read about, I guess, Russ and Steve Stout did like a little virtual, what's it called, meeting or whatever, like
a Zoom meeting.
Yeah. And they pretty much said, there's no clip of it, but pretty much Steve Stout said that if Drake would ever go independent, that would be the end of the music business. And Russ was kind of running down the numbers wise. If a big artist like Drake would go independent, pretty much the music business would there would be a domino effect pretty much. What do y'all think about that shit?
Yeah, but it would take time.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a lot of time.
Like, it wouldn't just be like, okay, Drake's off a major, the business.
He has the money to. I remember before he signed the Young Money or Young Cash Money, Young Money. I remember people like Ski and DJ Drama. They were saying he doesn't need to sign. He could literally sign himself, and he would still be successful. But he still signed. But right now, he's at the point in his career where he can literally just be. He is the label, pretty much. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Every release, and I don't mean this in terms of he's sitting in board meetings for every single artist's album signed to Republic. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is that everything goes through him in terms of, okay, when do you feel comfortable dropping? Because then that's how we can schedule the rest of our calendar year.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if he went into January or left December talking about, okay, I want to push my album for the summertime, then Republic was like, okay, so now let's blueprint our year and make sure nobody comes close to him.
That's power.
He has that kind of power.
And they were saying like Steve said, also said he pretty much can get a Michael Jackson like deal. That's what I'm calling it. How Republic could just really offer him a really, really nice contract, kind of like what Nike gave LeBron.
Well, just hand over the contract. Don't even write a number. Just fill it out and we'll go from there.
Pretty much, he runs the label. He will literally run the label.
See, and there's a point where I agree with you. You would imagine somebody with that kind of power, he would be independent. Mm-hmm. But Fonte said it best on Twitter, and I didn't think about it from this perspective, which was he's staying on a major because it's no different than all these big-time corporations and companies that take out loans. Yeah. Nobody wants to hedge with their own money. Mm-hmm. So let me take out a loan, let me win, let me hedge this bet, let me win. Okay, here, take your money back, and now I just accumulated all this money. And I didn't have to use my own money to get that. Yeah. Because he says the same exact thing. It's no different. So that's another point to the fact that Drake is the business. Yeah. Like, you can't look at him as just the man. He is the business because that is the reality. He's never going to leave a major if it's going to mean that he has to hedge his own money and use it to hedge the bet.
Okay, yeah. He ain't going to be like a Hove, like Hove did. If he bought himself out his own Def Jam contract or Universal contract, and he used that money to start Roc Nation.
And I mean, you think about it from this sense too. If he does that, he, in a way, gives back some of his leverage. Mm-hmm. I mean, because think about it. He's towards the end of his contract. Allegedly. So right now, he has the most leverage in the world. Mm-hmm. He would lose that leverage, come out saying, okay, I'm not signing, I'm going independent. Mm-hmm. But at this point, somebody even brought up too, they're like, hell, don't put it past them that they would offer him some of Michael Jackson's publishing just to try to keep him.
Yeah, so I heard that on Joe's show.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and Michael's Sony. He's not Republican.
But you get what I'm saying. What you mean. You have to. You can't just say, okay, here's $100 million. You got to offer him something that you're not offering to any other artist. Period. Yeah. Like that's the point. Yeah, I'm not talking about for sure giving him Michael Jackson's publishing. You got to give him something. But when he has
on that level type.
When he has that kind of leverage, you can't just say, okay, here's $100 million. We'll take 2 albums. No, it's not going to work. I can go make that by myself in 3 months. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just drop 3 EPs.
He's literally.
If I'm making $10 on the per EP, and I'm recouping.
Like Drake's at that point in his career, he doesn't even need to drop music no more. And
like I said, he's at the point where he could drop an EP like every 3 months.
Yeah, or a single, or like what Cardi did last year. He could literally do that.
Like just drop singles back to back kind of thing.
Yeah, he could really
like
just
drop the whole year.
Yeah, he could just do that. Don't even drop an album. But he doesn't see it that way, and I still feel he does not see his power to this day. I still feel he doesn't see it that way. But we'll get to him in a bit. Anyway, Tory Lanez, bring your ass to the stage.
Somebody did this.
I'm talking about guys fumbling their 2020.
Bro.
Because he's not the only one. We're going to get to Kanye after.
Yeah, we're going to see him.
Tory, though.
See,
he had 2020 locked up.
They always have to fuck it up.
Yeah. Nah, he had that shit, bro. See, Quarantine Radio, fucking...
The album was hot.
Yeah.
He had a lot. And with me...
The concert.
Right? I forgot about that shit.
See, with me, I was just like, when this shit was going down, when it first happened, I honestly did not give 1 ounce of fuck. Still kind of don't give 1 ounce of fuck. And I'll keep scrolling. And when it comes to this situation, I got nothing. You guys can talk.
So when we left last week, of course, Meg had been shot
in the foot.
In the foot.
Here we go.
People were suspecting that it came from outside the car,
like Jay Prince.
Right.
Yeah, because
I can just imagine someone go in the car and just shoot Megan Thee Stallion's foot and just run away.
Well, I didn't even take it like that. I just thought they missed.
Yeah,
they were aiming somewhere else and something happened. They missed.
Yeah,
and I say that by the grace of God.
Shot the floor or some shit. Yeah, you know what I mean, that's what I was thinking.
I wasn't thinking somebody just went in and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna shoot Meg's foot."
Yeah,
I think they were aiming. That was initially what people were saying.
Yeah.
They were aiming for somewhere else. Something happened. He got shook, and that aimed
shot
down.
Her pinky toe.
Can you imagine someone though, like seriously, just busting through the door, fucking shooting down there, like where's Meg's foot? Bam!
Yeah. try to twerk now, bitch.
But that was
how sturdy are them knees?
But that was the ideal thought, because nobody in their right frame of mind would have ever thought that Tory Lanez would be in a position as being accused of right now and reported
allegedly
that he would be in that position where he would be the trigger man.
Yeah.
And anything outside of an accident.
I was thinking it was an accident, but they're making it sound like it was deliberate.
The reports are now is that he is the only suspect, and that there was an altercation between them before the shooting.
Yeah, like they got into an argument.
And Meg's first statement was basically, "I'm just glad to be alive. We'll go from here." But then she switched it up.
Yeah.
Then she took to Twitter a few days later. And she said, "Black women are so unprotected, and we hold so many things in to protect the feelings of others without considering our own. It might be funny to y'all on the internet and just another messy topic for you to talk about, but this is my real life, and I'm real life hurt and traumatized." So a statement like that, again, until police come out and fully charge Tory, we got to kind of walk that narrow line.
Yeah.
But it does not look good on Tory's behalf right now.
At all.
Not right now.
Nah, it
Hell
looks bad.
No.
You pretty much shot a damn woman, dog. Like,
and not just any woman.
I mean,
you shot, for the time being, hip hop sweetheart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You shot her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my mind frame is still like the same. Why the fuck were you guys out during the pandemic? Why the fuck were you guys partying? But that's neither here or there.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about that.
I said it's not here or there. It's like, I'm glad everyone's okay. And
I
I'm
understand.
trying to speculate what happened, because there was like rumors about what happened. They got into a fat ass argument, and then
it don't matter, bro.
I know you should never shoot a woman.
Yeah,
ever.
That's what I was about to say. Like, JC, I completely understand what you're saying. I'm not throwing it under the bus by no means, because I know exactly. Like, I know what you're trying to get at. You know what I mean? But just the fact that he even raised a gun at a woman, bro, it's like
twice, shot her twice.
Let alone the fact, I don't know how many times.
It said twice.
I'm saying,
that's what the report said. Yeah, he shouldn't fucking do that.
That shit's
no
fucking
excuse.
no. There is no excuse at all.
Nobody's snitching. That's what the thing. No one's cooperating, so it's kind of just like,
oh yeah, of course,
whatever. And I'm just like,
I kind of expect that though.
I kind of thinking like, what would drive him to do that? I'm like, I was like, why would you do that? Did she say some shit? This is why you little anyway. Or some shit like that. That's why you a little ass nigga anyway, little ass nigga. And then,
damn.
I'm not excusing anything on Tory's part. I just will say, if alcohol was involved, women can say some really mean, hurtful shit.
Oh, they can. And
they can already say that when they sober. But when liquor's involved, it can go...
Or they could have gotten into a physical-ass fight. Like, I saw another rumor on Twitter, allegedly, that Megan was whooping Tory's ass on some Austin shit. He got pissed and then did what he did. That's why no one's really saying anything. Because I was like, if he was the suspect, how come no one's really, like, pointing towards him? And then... I don't know, this is me speculating, allegedly, like assuming, which I hate doing, but I'm thinking like they know she said some fucked up shit, and they know it was kind of even on both sides. You shouldn't have said some fucked up shit. You shouldn't have shot. So y'all should just be separate for right now.
Yeah.
And she's trying to be the fucking. I'm not gonna say she's playing the victim. She's the one that got shot.
She is the victim.
There's no playing victim when you're the one that cut the wound.
Yeah.
But she obviously prayers up. I mean, and I will say this, assuming that Tory is the perpetrator.
Sorry, I just read the comment. He done spent so much money and ain't hit yet. Gotta take the pinky toe.
I ain't even gonna laugh at that.
I'm trying not to.
I'm trying not to laugh because I know what the fuck. There's still. It's funny. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Delarice. But anyway, but it's just too much, man. Like, you don't shoot no woman,
You don't shoot a woman, man.
Yeah, you don't pull
a
gun up
in your life.
This shit's wild.
So
sorry, bro.
At this moment, it's prayers up for even both of them.
Yeah.
Because his life is going to be affected if this is true. You know what I'm saying? So you would want him to bounce back as best as possible if he can.
He's very quiet right now too, extremely.
But in this,
good.
Well, yeah, he has to.
In this, she's now responding to Drea.
Well, Drea did say some stupid shit.
Because Drea then went, I don't know if she was doing a podcast or some radio.
She was doing a podcast with Van Lifton.
But she basically, that's why I didn't want to joke, because now she's taking it to a whole different
she's toxic, man. That bitch is toxic. And this surprised me that she said that. Like, pretty much what she said to Van, they were talking about the whole incident, and she was going like, I wish somebody would love me like that. I wish someone would go and just shoot. I wish I got shot in the foot. That shows me how much you care. Stupid.
Well, and also, you also got to be clear what she was comparing them to.
To who?
She said that she believed it was a Bobby and Whitney situation.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
And Bobby Whitney didn't have the best marriage to the public.
Yeah.
So that's already, first of all, and you're forgetting the most important factor in their marriage.
The coke.
Crack.
And coke.
So basically what she's saying is they're arguing and they're fighting over drugs.
Yeah.
And that's what the basis of that came down to. So from Meg's standpoint, no, I'm definitely going to feel a way about that.
Yeah.
So much so that shit. So she tweeted out, she said, dumb bitch, that ain't fucking funny. Who the fuck jokes about getting shot by a nigga?
Yeah.
And she followed up with, and fuck all the whole ass niggas making jokes about it. I'll talk about shit when I get ready.
And Drea fucking apologized, going like, "Oh, that's just somebody that should love me or some shit like this." See, I always tell my homegirl, because she always tells me like, "Oh, Drea, she's hot," and I'm like, "Man, she toxic as fuck. I don't need to watch Love and Hip Hop. I know all about her ass. She is toxic as fuck, and I stay clear away. Fuck that. She hot, but nah."
I was gonna say she bad though.
She bad, but she's fucking toxic as fuck. I don't want that.
She's toxic.
Yeah.
Nah, that you're toxic. Nah.
No. I just can't think
you just really Britney Spears?
I did. I'm proud of it. Don't boo me.
Thank you.
Britney Spears, boo y'all.
I'm waiting for
it. Y'all high-fiving. That's a boo.
Hey, nah, but not only that, I was waiting for you to fucking reach over, so I was
going
to karate chop y'all.
Just talking to the people.
No, to get off of this real quick and just focus on Tory. Is there a bigger fall off if this is true?
Oh, it's true. Allegedly.
But I'm not even focused. Like, listen to what I'm saying. Is there, he fumbled this shit.
Like, he literally threw away his whole 2020. He fucking had that shit wrapped up with a bow on it, bro.
He had the records. He had the people had his back.
He just gained all the fans.
Yeah. And now you allegedly shot hip-hop's favorite big booty chick in the pinky toe because she was allegedly whooping your ass.
But even that's not funny either. So that's the thing. Like, that's not. After more and more information comes out, it's like, even that's not funny, because then it's like, okay, well then, yeah, Meg's the victim, but at one point, if that was true, was Tory the victim?
Yeah.
Because then you laughing at him.
Yeah.
And that just goes back to the point of men can never be vulnerable in public. You always have to be strong, and Women will always tell us, "Hey, just open up, be vulnerable," and it's like, okay, now I'm opening up, and then they make fun of you. Then they question your manhood.
Yeah,
like that's the biggest thing, and that's the issue I have. And I'm not saying Meg's doing that. I'm saying the response around it. That's why when I've had time, because the jokes were cool and they were funny for when all that was coming in. But the more and more information that's come out, it's like it's fucked up all the way around.
Yeah.
Because like once again, Tory, there's no excuse, whatever, to pull a gun
to shoot a woman.
But if
on a woman.
Allegedly, because we haven't heard his side of the story. If they got into it physically and she was hitting on him, at what point does he become the victim? Because he's been physically getting...
Because again, you got to remember when Chris Brown talked about... He never talked about that night with Rihanna until like years later. And he said that Rihanna... Okay,
Don't read the comments right now.
No. Shut up. That Rihanna was the one that was, abusing him. So, it is what it is. Kind of like a he said, she said.
See, not to say that I'm taking sides, bro, but it's hard to believe that when there wasn't a scratch on him.
Well, we didn't see the scratches on that. I don't think they even took
I haven't even seen them, so I don't know.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They
didn't show
again, these are all just alleged. I have no idea. All I know is she was shot. That's all I know.
I'm talking about Rihanna.
Oh, Rihanna. Okay, I'm sorry.
Rihanna and Chris Brown.
I was like,
Chris Brown didn't show no scratches on him. He didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
He never said his side. That's the thing. When all that shit came out, he turned himself in and he never showed no scratches or anything.
There was never any marks on him.
No, he never revealed it. That's the thing. He never said his side of the story because he said he wanted to protect Rihanna. That's what he said.
I don't know, man.
I know it's fuck.
That was years ago. That was that was years ago.
They're still beating up Chris Brown about it, but no pun intended.
Are you sure?
Anyway, prayers up to Tory Lanez and Megan. Hope they fix it. Tory Lanez, you nigga.
Somebody did this.
Nigga. That's all I can say, nigga.
Yeah.
Speaking of a nigga, this motherfucker.
Who? It's your boy.
Mr. West.
Somebody did this.
How long did this take? When did we praise him?
2 weeks
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, the Gap deal.
Yep.
He was he gave the college fund to
George Floyd's daughter.
Yeah. He was out there with the people.
Right.
Protesting.
Yep.
Why did we praise him? Why did we do it?
Because he was doing everything right.
Yeah.
That's why.
And he was shutting the fuck up. That was the thing. He didn't talk.
He didn't. It was great. It was glorious.
You wouldn't feel this way if you were just able to grade his albums.
Man, shut up.
I'm just saying, you wouldn't be so distraught if you were able to grade his albums.
Well,
I'm just saying.
That's not the way it is. Don't make me play changes.
I ain't heard changes in like a month, so you go ahead and play it.
Go for it.
Don't bother me.
Anyway.
Shit. You got to deal with the nigga walking around in a security bulletproof vest and shit.
That's not my nigga. No. As of right now, I am done with Kanye.
2020 shaved in his head.
Yeah.
Oh my god. See, as of right now, I am
Blade.
See, now we can just fast forward. Pretty much, he decided to have his own quote unquote presidential rally, even though he's not on any of the ballot. He's only on one ballot, but the rest of the ballots he can't really get on right now.
Where do you have that shit again?
South Carolina.
Yeah. South Carolina.
Yeah, he was trying to get over 100,000 signatures so he could be on that ballot, but he failed to do it.
Yeah, because there wasn't even 100,000 people in that building.
And
there wasn't even 1,000 people.
Yeah.
He just decided to have his own. I didn't watch that rally. Did any of y'all watch any of it?
I saw the clips. I did not
watch the whole.
I saw a bunch of clips and I watched like 10 minutes of the actual video. That shit looked like Chappelle's show. Looked like a skit.
It did though.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Like, he had 2020 on his back. He was wearing a bulletproof vest. And this is the thing I remember, like, when we were talking about the Jesus is King shit, it was like every time he's trying to cling on to something. First, it was Trump. He was clinging on to that shit. That shit didn't work. Then he was clinging on to the whole fucking Jesus. The whole Jesus is King, the Sunday service shit.
Before that, he was clinging on to free thinkers.
Yeah, that was the whole Trump shit.
That was
the Trump.
That was back with MAGA.
Yeah, the whole MAGA shit. Yeah. And now he was clinging on to the Sunday service shit and Jesus and God and shit. Now that COVID happened, he can't cling on to the Sunday service shit because social distance and he has to pay them. He can't do that shit. Yeah. So now his mind's going great. He needs to cling on to something. So after he had a few drinks, because that's what happened, because someone posted a picture of Kanye drinking wine at this white boy's house, and then that's when he tweeted out on the 4th of July, hey, I want to run for president.
Yeah.
And then he's clinging on to this now.
He want to be Pac Div so bad.
You want to be who?
Pac.
Oh, wow.
I think I could run for mayor.
Oh, shit.
I can run for president.
This nigga said, I think I could run for president.
Yeah.
You want to be Pac Div so bad.
This motherfucker said
Pac
Pac
They did that
Div.
shit 2009, buddy.
Yeah, I remember
They did it first. Back off.
Yeah, so it reminded me of that because now he's clinging on to this, and now it's like to the point. Then so anyway, he had his little rally, and then he was just talking a whole bunch of nonsense.
He literally broke down crying, saying, I almost killed my daughter. And nobody knew what the hell he was talking about.
Because he was talking about abortion.
No, right. But from the clip, he just said, I almost killed my daughter. And everybody was like, what the hell are you like?
Because first he was talking about the Black Panthers. He was talking about his mom. Then he said, yeah, and then my dad. Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, he was like, oh, my dad is like, my mom was in the Black Panther because my dad was never home. And then he starts crying, I almost killed my daughter. Like, he was just rambling.
Yeah, like he just ran right into it. And everybody was like, what are you talking about? Because, again, he didn't explain anything. So people are thinking in their minds, wait, did you almost kill her last year? Or like,
Yeah, like
what the fuck
yesterday?
are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because that was something
When
much
did this
deeper.
happen?
But then
Yeah.
he started talking about abortion. And it's like, that's where I took issue with it. Because throughout all this whole thing, if you want to just go off on rants and do what you want to do without thinking, all right, fine. Now your daughter knows what took place before she was delivered.
You're right. I didn't even think about that.
So you have now involved your children in this because you don't stop and think.
Shit.
You're just talking.
You're just talking. And do I believe he has mental health issues? Yes, I do.
Oh, we didn't get to the coup de grace, the one thing he said.
But before I even get there, I want to preface this. I do believe he has mental health issues.
Period.
That's still no excuse to just go out and just ramble and say shit.
For no reason.
When you have a
excuse at
team
all.
around you that can get you together and make up thoughtful, insightful speeches and help you overcome that.
Right.
It's not an excuse. So the moment you start involving your children, I'm giving him the same energy I gave Drake when Drake was trying to monetize introducing his child.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same energy. No, this is nasty. I don't want nothing to fucking do with it.
Yeah.
I was at that point, I unfollowed him. I wasn't gonna do it anymore.
See what
Wasn't
me,
playing this game.
No, then
I never
no.
followed
But
him.
what?
Just
Well, yeah, you ain't missing much.
yeah, no, I know.
Well, you kind of are because they keep retweeting him on the timeline. But no, with me,
all that.
when I was done was when he said the whole Harriet Tubman shit. When he said Harriet Tubman didn't really free the slaves, they just had them work for other white people. I laughed at first, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't got time for this no more. Yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm done trying to make sense of what you were trying to say, because I keep repeating myself like, oh, I know what he was trying to say. Nah, I am done with that shit, bro. Like, dude, you're doing this way too much now. Like, it's like, you have people around you. Like, I know people that used to work with him, or know people that used to work with him, and they all say the same shit. He surrounds himself with nothing but yes men.
You can tell.
And anyone that tries to fucking, like, what's it called? Talk him down or try to talk some sense into him, he slowly moves them out the circle and shit. You know, Charlamagne talked about it in his book when they interviewed Kanye. They had little hype beasts going in there, jumping up and down, going crazy for the stupid shit he was saying. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't got no energy for this no more. He's from all the music, when it's music related, cool. But all this shit, I'm done. I don't got time for this shit no more.
I'm done music related too.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't blame y'all. I honestly don't blame y'all.
There's nothing he says anymore that I find that'll be something of entertainment value for my everyday life. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not saying I used to go to Kanye. Excuse me. I'm not saying I used to go to Kanye for, life lessons or whatever. But there was this feeling of relation. Like, I can relate to him. He talked about he wasn't the gangbanger.
Right.
When he first started. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He was the guy that went to college.
Yeah.
He didn't make it. He came out. Like, he bounced around. The more relatable lifestyle. So I had that. Unfortunately, when his mom passed away, I could also relate to just that feeling of emptiness. Mm-hmm. Because him losing his mom while both of my parents are still alive.
Yeah.
Obviously, I only have a strong relationship with one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I can feel that kind of and relate to him, that void of having something that's no longer there anymore. Mm-hmm. And they were supposed to help guide you, and so I can relate to that. That's what got me to his next stage, which was the 808s, the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Right.
I mean, I'd say what I say about Yeezus, but there are songs there I can still relate to.
And then Life of Pablo and shit.
Life of Pablo was officially, for me, looking back, it was the final album.
The last album.
Yeah,
the last album where he was kind
of...
That was the last album that he was quote-unquote normal.
It ain't even about being normal.
But for his standards.
I knew he was going into different directions. It was just the last one I connect to. Mm-hmm. And even that was saying a lot because he could tell, and while the music production was good, his lyrics were just like
all over the place.
Yeah, and it was like, all right.
That album was like bipolar. It was literally all over the place. Great album, but it was literally all over the place. And that was the last little essence of who Kanye was, quote unquote.
Who he was. Yeah.
I mean, he's still the thing
because he's not the same person, bro. I mean, he shows it every time he talks.
But I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people want him to be the same person from 2004. I never wanted him. We have to evolve as people.
Oh yeah.
So for me, it was never about I want Kanye from 2004. No, it was just I just want something that falls in line. And okay, you're bipolar. That's fine with me. Yep. But you got to keep that on. You got to want better for you. Yeah. And not even better for you at this point. You got to want better for your kids and
your family
wife.
And your wife.
You know what I'm saying? Like
everything.
you got to want that for you. And if you're not wanting it, why am I supporting you?
So then that leads us.
Real quick though, hold on. I just want to say this one thing. Like when I say it's not the same Kanye, what I mean when I say that shit is just that the evolution was like totally off kilter. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it was just completely different than how it started off. It like the evolution that he went on, you don't see it from the old Kanye. You know what I mean? Like you don't see where he's at now from there.
See, for me, I said it from Kanye. Kanye has always just been Kanye. Like this, I've always just accepted him for who he is. I've always believed when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Yeah. So he showed you who he was since College Dropout. He's always been arrogant, and then Late Registration, he's always been that same type of person. When he said the whole George Bush don't care about black people, like yeah, fuck yeah, and then jumping up on stage, interrupting Taylor Swift, saying Beyonce the best album, like yeah, fuck yeah. But then when he switches it up and goes for like the opposite shit, then it's like, no, fuck no. So it's like, no, fuck no. What you doing, Kanye? Stop.
That's what I'm getting at, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, from all that other shit, I never would imagine him being where he is now. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
I would never imagine him being on the other side.
Yeah.
But I will give him this. He has remained the same in the sense of he's never really thought about what he's going to say. He's always just done it.
Yeah.
So I will give him that. He's just on the opposite side of the spectrum, but that doesn't change the fact that Beyonce should have won the music video is no different in the... Not saying it's the same thing as Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. It's just the fact that he speaks without thinking and what's on his mind.
And then the fans that...
It's not that much different.
And now his fans are on that, are reaching that fucking Arby's Angel status. Now they're defending... They love Kanye to the death. And they will defend anything he said. Oh, I know what he really meant to say, and y'all shooting him up. And I'm like, okay, at this point, you guys gotta stop fucking triggering him. Like you guys gotta dead ass just stop trying to like big him up and say like, oh, we love you, Kanye. We all love Kanye, but we gotta dude. Stop it. Like, he's running for president, and we don't got time for this shit right now. This was like any other time. If there was no pandemic, if, Trump didn't get elected and shit was cool and Kanye was doing this, I'll probably have a great laugh at this. With the whole running for president shit. I would have a great laugh. But right now, shit ain't funny right now. And he's still doing it. And the thing is, it's never been funny. This is just who he is. And that just leads into what happened on Twitter. He decides to go on a one-man war with the fucking Kardashians for no reason. And then he's like promoting his album. Because he said an album's coming out. And then he deletes the tweet. And I was like, all right. And then he starts, after the rally and shit, he goes on Twitter and says that fucking Kim, his wife, and Kris Jenner were trying to get doctors to him and shit like that. Like, send a doctor so they can lock him up and shit. And he got pissed off. And then he randomly just tweets out Drake with a thinking emoji. And you could just tell
Larsa Pippen.
No, this is the first time.
I'm just going in general because I don't even care about the first time. He's ranting at this point.
Yeah, literally just tweeting nonsense, just tweeting everything that's in his mind like a fucking lunatic. And then he deletes it and said, "Yeah, I'm thinking about the music right now." And it's like, what the fuck? And then the next day, fucking Dave Chappelle shows up just to check in on him. And then he say, "Hey, Dave, tell us a joke." And I could just tell by looking at Kanye, he's not there.
No. Yeah, nah.
Like, you could tell he is not there right now mentally.
And then he's still promoting the album. Then he goes off on Kim, alludes that fucking Meek Mill she tried to smash Meek Mill, and then posting up screenshots saying, Chris, I'm like, what's like, you want to go to war? Calling Chris Jenner, Chris Jong-un. That was pretty funny. The Chris Jong-un shit. The Chris Jenner, you know.
I mean, I get it, but like,
yeah, that was the only thing I chuckled at. But then it wasn't really that. It wasn't funny. And then just a whole bunch of other shit.
You gonna fuck around and find out just how Jong-un Chris really is.
Yeah.
So, the Jong-un.
Just Jong-un.
Yeah, that's what it was. All right.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't catch it at first. I was like,
I get it on paper, it's funny, but he gonna fuck around and find out.
And he's just got that gap deal. And then Kim Kardashian came out today and dropped a statement and pretty much just said, yes, he's bipolar. This is what people that go through with mental health do. We are trying to help him. It was like a really classy statement. And I give props to Kim K for just being mature about it and not trying to like blow it up. Like she's really, you could tell she's trying to help him. And he's coming out saying like, oh, Get Out. Everyone knows Get Out was about me. Blah, 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 blah.
I mean, he came out and said, I've been trying to get divorced for years. 4 years.
4 years. Like, what? What is this? Like, and he's not making sense. And it's like, and people are still egging him on. And it's like, yeah, you need to get some help, but you don't want to get help. And it's just like, and he's probably just by himself. And people are trying to talk to him. He's not listening to nobody. And it's, as a fan, this is very disheartening to see. It's really, as a fan from College Dropout to Life of Pablo to all his music, period, it is disheartening to see your favorite artist lose his fucking mind in real time on some Britney Spears shit. Like, shit, all the way down to the fucking hair. You know how Britney was cutting her hair and shit? Kanye fucking dyeing his hair different colors and shit for random
no matter.
shit.
He's already messed up with his hair. He came out looking like Blade. So,
yeah.
he's already...
I was gonna say, man, he's been fucking around with this shit.
He's been doing that for years.
Yeah,
even
forever.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, you could tell he's mentally... And then everyone going over there saying... And they're defending the shit again. They're going like, oh, Kanye's not crazy. He's been feeling like this for a minute. He's not crazy. I'm like, you guys are egging this man on still. You don't... It irks me. It still irks me. Because he's still one of my favorite artists, music-wise. But... that's it. That's why I kind of wanted to get it out the way early. Because it irritates me to see it. But, yeah, as of right now... I'm done with him. Like, music-wise, I'll probably still listen to him, maybe. But I'm not going to put him on no end-of-the-year list. Like, he's supposed to drop an album this Friday, which I doubt's coming.
I'm not going to say this about you in a bad way, but the fact you're listening to the music, that lets me know you're not done with him. You still hold hope.
No, for the music.
Well, I know, but even then, like, there's nothing about this. He needs help. Period. He don't need me listening to his music. He needs help.
Yeah.
So for me, it ain't about music. Like,
yeah, I feel you on that one.
You know what I'm saying?
This one is it just feels wrong. Like even if the music drops, I'll probably listen to Logic. Yeah, we'll get to him soon. But
even if his music drops, I'll probably listen to Logic.
I'll listen to Logic.
Because I can tell you're conflicted.
Listen, Busby, don't go off the deep end, bro.
Go off the deep end.
I got you. I'm here for you.
Logic is not bad. Logic is not a
dog.
bad rapper, and I'm gonna say rapper, not artist. Because
I get
as an artist, he's not so great.
Yeah, Supermarket.
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah. But no, I can tell I'm not saying you're trying to hold on to whatever you can, but it's just
that's what a lot of people are holding on. They'll really holding on.
But when I hear, I'll still listen to the music. It's like sometimes you gotta protest them to get them to realize, nah, it's not. I'm not doing anything with you right now. You need help.
Yeah,
and until you get help, like I'm washing my hands right now.
Yeah.
No,
I wish a lot of people have been saying like we should be all in on him, we should be helping him, and I'll say this: two things can be on opposite spectrums and still coexist in the same world. So on one hand, I do want him to get help, and I wish the best for him,
for sure.
But on the other hand, right now, it is fuck Kanye for me. Mm-hmm. Because once again, it goes down like you have now involved your children into this. I mean. Even beyond the abortion, I almost killed my daughter. It's my children ain't gonna be in Playboy. Like, what are you talking? Why did you go there? What are you talking about? Your children gonna be in Playboy?
It's like I
then you talk. Then you're going. Anything he says about Kim, it's a reflection on his kids. Mm-hmm. They're gonna somewhere they're gonna read this shit.
And then he deletes the tweets.
Like, but even then, like, that shit's not deleted. It's people got screenshots.
Shit, and they're gonna be all up.
So the kids are going to know what's going to take place when they become of age and realize what the hell's going on.
And people keep blaming the Kardashians, saying, "Oh, the Kardashians on some more Get Out shit," and I'm just like, really?
Hey, man, look. I'm not going to say that it's the Kardashians, but we don't know what Kanye would have been like had he not gotten with a Kardashian.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? No.
I can tell you what he was like with Amber Rose, and he was going this direction.
He really was.
You're right.
He really was.
You're right.
Like that,
it was the death of his mom. Like that's just what.
That's
because
his mom literally drove him. It literally slowly drove him to madness.
Yeah.
And you literally saw it. I'll never forget at his mom's funeral. I'll never forget this image when everyone was leaving his mom's funeral. He was the only one who had a big old smile on his face. He was greeting everyone with a big smile on his face. He was trying to hide this shit, and he never really embraced it. He just went to work. He went out. He got with Amber Rose. He got drunk. He did the whole Taylor Swift shit. He went overseas. He worked for another fashion company. Then he did My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Then did Watch the Throne. And then he kept touring. Then he got with Kim. Then he did fucking Yeezus. And then he just kept working just to keep his mind off of it. And then going, I'm doing fashion. I want to get fat. And then he was doing interviews. He was constantly keeping his mind off, trying to keep his mind off the subject. And he never, honestly, I feel he never really dealt with it. Now, he said, the whole Sunday service shit was to calm him down with the whole bipolar shit. It kept him at ease. Even when you watch the whole Sunday service shit, you could tell it's like a fucking therapy for him. It's therapeutic for him. It was really it kept him at ease. That's why he did the whole Jesus is King shit. But now that this pandemic happened, he can't have that Sunday service shit unless, fucking shit spreads.
But see, to me, that's not an excuse.
Exactly.
You find something to
latch onto.
To me, it's not even about latching onto. It's you find something else to be in a creative space that can help you deal with the situation. Mm-hmm. And I say that because I have friends and family that deal with mental health, and they can't hide behind the fact, hey, I'm releasing art this week, so, they can't hide behind that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Once they kind of have an episode, they get stereotyped and they get classified right then and there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's hard to get rid of that stigma. So that's why the other half of me is saying fuck Kanye, because it's like the average person they don't have these benefits of being able to hide to. Mm-hmm. Somebody also brought up a great point too. They were like, a lot of y'all in his his hardcore stands, it's like y'all be giving him so much slack.
They do.
And Azalea Banks has the exact same disorder he does, and every time she does something, it's fuck you. It's like so. What's the difference?
She never made College Dropout.
But that's not a good difference. I know that's their mindset, but that's not good enough.
Yeah.
It's funny to joke on in the time frame, but what is the difference? Because now he's taking it to a place where, again, we're not in the best of places in terms of race relations. Mm-hmm. So now you're going around talking about Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
When
that
there
was
are
one of the things that caught my attention. I was like, why would you bring that up now?
Yeah, when there are people who are constantly trying to change narratives in history.
And then you compare the Kardashians to white supremacy, but you don't say the same shit to Trump. Like, nigga, and it's like, in the words of fucking...
And even then, he's still...
The fuck you talking about?
And even then, you're talking about, a few weeks ago, he was saying he wanted to distance himself from Donald Trump, but then recently he's just like, yeah, if I was to pick a vice president, it'd be Donald Trump. So...
No,
wait, he said that?
Yeah.
He said it in the rally? Or are you talking about Hove? He said he wanted Hove as a running mate.
He said Hove at first. And then, I guess this recent string, he mentioned Trump as vice president.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Well, that's why I said, when you even text me when he was going on this recent rant on Twitter, I just said, oh yeah, he's going crazy on Twitter. I don't care. I just don't care now. At this point, I am literally just done with him. You need to figure this shit out. But what is he saying? Anyway, like I said, I'm just done. And people are saying, well, what if he's saying it's true? What if he's not crazy? No, the nigga's crazy. He's not mentally. He's mentally not there in the fucking head.
I don't want to. No,
mind.
But see, that's a part of the stigma you got to get rid of. He's not crazy.
No, not crazy.
Bipolar doesn't mean
he has a mental imbalance.
He has a mental situation that makes him chemically imbalanced.
Really
a mental imbalance in his head. That's what I meant to say. Let me rephrase that. He has a mental imbalance in his head that does not make sense. So that's all I got to say about it. Get some fucking help, Mr. West. We told you to wake up. You're awake. Just get some help. Take your medicine. Go to a doctor. Whatever.
At the end of the day, he has to want better for himself.
Yeah.
And until he wants better, I mean, for me to even one day think about listening to anything brand new Kanye, he's probably got about 3 years worth of making up for me to want to go back and listen.
I don't blame you.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't blame you. Not one bit.
I'll probably give it a listen, just the way I always do. Like
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like I'll give it a listen.
You know what I mean?
Curiosity.
Yeah, just to see what it's about. And
but
I'm speaking for me. I've gone past that level of curiosity. I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
he needs help. And me listening to his music isn't gonna help him.
Like I said, like when I saw his interviews like a few years ago, like when he was on Jimmy Kimmel, I was just like, yeah, he is slowly losing his mind, and pretty soon his mind is gonna be mush, and we are literally seeing it in real fucking time.
Yeah.
And again, as a fan of his music and a critical fan of him, it is disheartening to see. So
it's one thing to be a fan, because like I've been a fan. Mm-hmm. It's another one to be like a super fan, like you are. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not a super fan.
Well, you know what I'm saying, though.
I'll be blinded by the shit. I'll make excuses for it.
No. Even then, bro, because like, not to JC alluded to it earlier, mentioned it. You can't even rank his albums because you think that they're just so great.
They are, in my opinion.
Once again, that's where I'm getting at with the whole super fan thing. Like, you're more than just a regular fan. You're above that.
That's why this touches you a different way.
Like, yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm getting at.
Well, you got to remember, there's Michael, and then there's Eminem. And then there's Hov.
And then there's it's probably Kanye right after. I wouldn't doubt.
I have a connection with the albums, not the person. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm more of the albums, not the artist.
But still, though, you know what I mean? Like for someone like me, like through my understanding of this whole shit, bro, it's just like, well, this is why I haven't been listening to you anyways. You know what I mean? Like.
Don't blame me.
It's been like this for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen
every time
Kanye
does this shit, I get a text message from people I haven't heard from in a minute, just saying, "What's up with your boy?"
Because they know they know you as a
Kanye
super
fan.
Kanye West fan,
not a
bro.
stan.
No, not a stan. Not a
so
stan.
there's a fan, there's a super fan, and there's a stan. So I guess I'm in the
You're in the super fan area. You're like at 80 to 95%. You know what I mean? You're like right there.
You're definitely in the super fan range, and you teetered with the stan.
Yeah.
Because every single time it was like, I understand where he's come from.
And that's why I stopped.
Yeah.
When he said it again, see, the slavery is a choice shit, that pissed me off. And I was like, okay, I know what you're trying to say. Don't say that shit. Don't say no shit like that again. Then he said some shit like that again, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. You did not learn a goddamn.
That's what I qualify as a stan.
Yeah.
It's everything that somebody says that you're a fan of that goes against the grain. It's so like off the wall. But your response is, I know what he was trying, or he or she was trying to say, but
didn't stop me this time. This
like,
one, I just stopped.
That's teetering on stan level right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said, for me, dude,
and then when you apologize,
I stopped listening to him at 808s.
See, that's how you fucked up.
No, I didn't fuck up. You fucked up by staying on that train, dog.
My beautiful dog tweet. No, but he was still not doing this type of shit.
But you could see where the shit was heading.
Not like this. Not like this.
No, you can't. Obviously, you don't see it from this, as drastic as it is.
Yeah.
But you know that there's already a lean. Like, okay, this guy's going off the edge.
But it was different. It was great. It was great sound to me.
Yeah. Instead of like,
and then my
just going, no, he went.
Yeah, then my beautiful dog.
He did the ghost fucking fall and shit. Like it's just like
it's a big rich. And then he floated back up with my beautiful dog twisted fantasy. Then it was my beautiful. How did I go? Then my beautiful dog twisted fantasy, and then it was Jesus, and then the life of Pablo, and then it was like okay, then better than Scorpion. But other than that,
better than Scorpion. But that's not saying much.
I know that's what I'm saying. It's not saying much. I'm not going to defend it. See, that's the thing. Super stands will defend Ye and Jesus is king.
Art lover, I don't know if you're talking about just the Adidas shoes. Like once he started with Adidas, because the Nike ones, the first two were actually cool.
The Red October.
But after that, after that,
that was a fire.
After that, them shits fell off, and that was ironically about that same time. I'm just saying, dog. Like everything in my everything visual, like for me, anyways, about Kanye fell off. Everything.
Well, I feel even his videos kind of fell off too, man.
Yeah, the Adidas. Yep.
The Adidas shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fucking yay. How do we go from praising this ass 2 weeks? Took 2 weeks. And then
that's how it works around here.
Like I said, no.
There's always a 3-week turnaround.
Because that's how it works.
It's within 3 weeks, everything turns around.
He said it on Jesus. Soon as they like you, make them unlike you. And boy, did you do that.
He just asked me 2 weeks ago. It was like, who's hip hop's MVP? I was like, well, Tory Lanez for sure is the MVP of the first. And then look.
Yeah.
So within 2 weeks.
Yeah. He's right.
Took 2 weeks. Talk to it.
Everything we say, man.
Yeah.
This shit just happens. It's shit. It's like shit. Shit. Shit.
I also want to say prayers up for Tamar Braxton.
Yeah, prayers up to her, man. I dealt with people who had mental health, like especially her, like dealing with suicide and shit. Because she tried to commit suicide, and thank God they found her before she really, did it.
Yeah.
So yeah, prayers up to her. Hope she's getting the help she needs.
Definitely.
Also, rest in peace to Representative John Lewis.
Yes.
Part of the civil rights activism and stuff like that. He was great, man.
I'll be honest, I didn't post him on my social media because I did not know a lot about him.
Yeah.
And I was not gonna fake the funk. Like I saw
real about it.
Well, no, but I saw a lot of posts where I was like,
you know how it goes. You know how it goes on social media. You
like,
know how it goes.
You kind of just read through the lines and you're like, that don't even sound like what you put on Twitter every single day. Like
I knew about him. I knew about how he marched with Martin Luther King and all the arrests. I knew not the bare minimum, but I knew like he was fighting for this shit. Period.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I would say
the medal, the what's it called, the award and shit like that. He reps shit, man.
I would say this was my, I guess halfway you could say my own ignorance because his name did keep up. I just never did research on him. Mm-hmm. So when you saying you knew the bare minimum,
yeah,
to me it's like you knew him because I didn't even know a lot of that.
At least you're honest.
I took the time and I went and researched him because going into his passing, I did know that he was at the very least a civil rights figure, and he had a role in Selma. Mm-hmm. So I at least knew that.
Oh, yeah.
But in going back and just seeing everything, I mean, the stories that people would say about him, like he'd be in his office and a protest would be around him and he'd immediately run out with a case of water and provide for everybody out there. Obviously, the stuff with the bridge and the bridges and both in Alabama. His award that Obama had given to him. And then just the 45 arrests. And just looking at those arrests, and it's like any other person, you're looking in society and you're like, damn, you've been arrested 45 times. But you look at his 45 and then 40 were because of him fighting for a better world for us. Shit. Like those 40 are pride of, every arrest was a pride of honor. And he earned like a new, like it was like a Purple Heart.
Right.
So that's
just getting accolade on top of accolade type shit.
Still going against Trump, still fighting, still out during the marches and shit. Even when all the shit was going on, he was still out there.
And then I put two and two together with the My President is Black video.
Yeah, he was in the video,
when he was in the video.
Yeah, Jeezy, yeah, man.
Great man. Obviously, he was great before I even researched him. Now that I've done my research and have felt like I've learned enough about who he was, there was definitely a loss that took place with his passing.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Right. I love how you caught that shit on social media too. You were seeing everyone posting this shit, and I'm like,
I just saw it and I said rest in peace. I didn't have it in me to go to like. You guys know me, like, I barely be on Instagram anyways. Yeah. I just didn't have it in me to write a paragraph, and it's like, I didn't know much about this man. I'm not going to fake it. That's just, I'm not going to do that.
That's why I keep my shit to the bare minimum. Hashtag God bless the dead. Leave it on one sentence, one word, and then picture. Yeah. Art.
There you go.
Art. Art. Though, like you said, the art.
All right, Virgil.
Oh, shit.
You gonna keep it two Virgils with us now?
Keep it two Virgils, yeah. You were talking about with the whole fucking Tiana Trump shit, like the art. I listened to that episode the other day.
What, Tiana Trump?
Yeah, that's when we all just started having our fucking, post watch of the Tiana Trump shit.
Oh, man.
The art.
She is good at what she does.
Yes, she does. Yes. But rest in peace to him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So Netflix. We thought what's his name? Tyler Perry had the movie. We thought Tyler Perry had the worst movie.
No.
Oh, he still does. This one was at least entertaining.
No.
This one was at least entertaining. The other one was not entertaining. This one was.
I'm going to tell you, when Larissa and I watched this, it was the same amount of pauses. It was the same amount of shit talking.
God damn.
And I will say this. In Tyler Perry's rare defense, we knew that when that nigga said he wrote that shit in 5 days, we knew what to expect.
True.
Yeah.
I went into this not thinking it was going to be something worthy of awards. but it's Omar Epps and Nia Long. What could go wrong?
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like
when I saw the trailer, I knew it was gonna be low key bad.
Like even if it was, but even if it was bad, I didn't expect it to be this.
It was entertaining
level of bad.
It was entertaining. It wasn't John Henry bad. It was
John. Yeah, Larissa tried it. She's like, this was better than this was. She's like, I like John Henry better than this. And I was like, no, hell no, no, no. I told her no in her place of living where she pays the bills. I looked at her and said, no, we are not going with that narrative.
We're not going that. It's not that bad. It's bad, but it ain't that bad.
No.
Well,
so Fatal Affair.
I didn't watch it.
Fatal Affair dropped.
It's pretty much Fatal Attraction with black people.
Oh, okay. So it's the same thing.
From the opening
it took 20 minutes. 20 minutes for them to start fucking. That's all it took. For like Omar.
I was gonna say it took like 5 minutes for them to fuck up.
Oh wow.
Huh?
Yeah.
5 minutes in is the scene where Nia Long's holding the phone upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah. 5 minutes.
That's only followed by the fact that he murdered his ex-wife and her new boyfriend.
Spoilers.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you didn't watch it at this point, that's your fault. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying.
Well, if I ain't watch it at this point, I mean,
well, I'm not talking about
it's a good thing.
I had to hold off for a whole, basically 3 or 4 days to watch it with Larissa, but I managed. I maintained. Now you're gonna get these spoilers. As Busby was saying, 20 minutes in, and it's just like
it goes right to it. No,
and they didn't even get into it.
Yeah, they were about to. But
this whole scorned obsessive lover started off of an almost affair.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They like pretty much what happened is that they met at a job. He starts working at her job for him, and they used to be college buddies.
Yeah, they went to Stanford. This takes place here in the Bay.
That's shit. That's 20 years ago. It takes like 20 years ago and shit like that. And then fucking they meet up at a bar. They have some drinks. They were about to date. They knew they had a thing for each other.
Time out.
Oh god.
This is
here we go.
Because this needs to be analyzed.
Niggerty?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna analyze the fuck out of this because you need to understand this scene. So the way this started out was Nia Long's character was supposed to have girls' night out with her friend, and they were just supposed to have drinks. Mm-hmm. That her friend made the plans with. Mm-hmm. So then she runs into Omar Epps. Literally the day after she runs into him at work, she's like, "Hey, we're gonna have drinks," but she doesn't say it's with her girlfriend. She's like, "You know what? Let's go have a drink. You know, whatever."
Omar Epps is like, "Okay."
Yeah. So then when she gets there, her friend calls. She's like, "Hey, you're gonna be mad at me, but I can't make it." So it's like, "Yeah, I saw that coming. Whatever."
Yeah.
They sit down. They clear out a full bottle of wine.
Oh, you forgot how he rubbed her body with his hand. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they sit down. They have a full clear bottle of wine, and he's like, "So what do you want to do?" And she's like, "We shouldn't stay here because people talk."
There was nobody in the bar.
It's like, is this like a fucking bar for the lawyers and shit? Like, does everybody from your firm come here and talk? So then they go from the bar where they just cleared wine, and then they go to a club where they take shots.
Rewind. You have to rewind because her husband hit her up. Going like, "Oh, how's drinks going?" She's like, "Oh, she says hi," and then because she's in the middle of talking.
Courtney was her friend's name.
And
he's like, "Hey, how's Courtney?"
And then Omar Epps is talking, and then she was like, "Oh, Courtney says hi," and then he doesn't text her back, and then I was like, "Oh, bitch, you lying."
And then you know the phrase, "Never tell strangers what's going on inside your home."
Yeah.
She done reconnected with this nigga for like 36 hours.
2 minutes.
And she already telling them.
Say like 5
she already
minutes.
telling them, "I have the perfect husband, the perfect house, the perfect daughter." But you ever just wake up and feel like you're sleeping next to a stranger?
And then when it's like LeBron. It's like as soon as the nigga hears that, is in the friend zone. That's like LeBron with the Game 5 face.
Oh my god.
Like, like
the Game 5 face.
You know what I'm talking about?
Game 6.
Game 6.
Yeah, no, I know what he's talking about though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as soon as he heard that, it was like game on.
So Larissa wanted me to make clear she wanted some of her commentary put on air.
She should have came.
She got work.
So
She could have took the day off. I'm just saying.
Y'all niggas wild.
I know it's fucking.
I'm high now. It's official.
So we pause it and we're like looking, we're talking about, and she's like, "So let me get this straight, bitch."
I can hear her voice.
You tell him that you want to get out because of the wine that we all know went to your coochie as soon as it went in, and then you gonna go to the club and take shots of tequila, and you're in a club in San Francisco and you go to the bathroom and there's no bitches in there doing coke. this ain't even believable. Like, this ain't a fucking real movie. Like, and I was like, good analysis. I didn't even think about it from that standpoint.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that too. No, because then they went to the club and then they start dancing to Forget-Me-Nots. I don't know what club plays that. What grown and sexy club plays that?
In San Francisco, of all places.
Yeah. And then they start slow dancing and everyone's slow dancing. I was like, what? Who? What? No.
What kind of shit is that?
No. Like, nobody does that. This ain't the 90s. People slow dancing. I think it was dancing in slow motion.
Forget-Me-Nots.
No,
then they almost kissed on floor. She ran away into the bathroom.
And then Omar,
this nigga just storms in like a fucking stormtrooper, boom, into the bathroom and just grabs her and starts.
They start making out.
Yeah.
And then
takes off her panties.
All right, for sure.
And he's about to take.
And there was no one in the bathroom.
No one in the bathroom.
Like in the club.
Yeah,
like
this is fake.
that can never happen.
This was 20 minutes in.
20 minutes into the movie, yes.
It's not even like at the 45-minute mark. We're 20 minutes in.
Usually in these type of movies, this shit happens literally like, what, 45 minutes into the movie? Maybe an hour into it when they have the little...
like you build up the whole
set
story.
everything up.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
Even Tyler Perry can build that shit up better than that. I'm saying, he could have. You could have waited at least an hour.
Yeah.
But nah, 20 minutes.
With his courthouse in the closet.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so they start messing around. He's about to take his dick out. She's like, no, I can't do this. Because she already took her titties out and everything. And then she's like, no, I can't do this. And then he's just like standing there. And then he chases after her. And he's all going like, what, you just going to go back to... You just going to
go back to the stranger?
Yeah, you're going to go back to the stranger?
I looked at Larissa and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, then
she didn't say that stupid shit.
Yeah. You gonna go back to the stranger? Yeah, we had a good night. I shouldn't have did that. And it's like, okay, my Uber's here. And then she drives off. And while in the Uber, she's all fingering herself and shit. Well, she doesn't really finger herself, but she's getting turned on by it. And then she goes back to her husband. And then, yeah, that's when the whole fatal attraction shit happens.
Yeah, and remember how she was calling her husband a stranger?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2 nights later, they're having intimate shower sex. And it's just like, maybe you just... should have just got comfortable in moving into the new house because you just literally moved in the house.
Yeah.
So you didn't even have like a full week to sleep in there next to this quote unquote stranger.
Yeah.
It just went downhill from there. Like it was.
Wait, it went downhill from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that sounds like the basement.
This nigga's California driver's license is like a mugshot.
Yeah. Omar Epps can't be a bad guy, dog. I did not believe him as her husband in the movie could have played that part.
Yeah.
Like, I did not believe Omar Epps, because I know why they did it, because Omar Epps never played the villain or whatever. Dude, even the way he died like Bishop.
Yeah.
No, literally, when he fell off the cliff or whatever, he fell the same way.
And that was the whole
Bishop.
thing too.
Okay.
So he kills her daughter's boyfriend. Like I'm fast forwarding to that.
Yeah, fuck shit.
He kills her daughter's boyfriend, which is the only fatality that he commits within that family. And this nigga, it was like, damn, you killed the most least threatening person of this whole situation. That's fucked up. Meanwhile, you go upstairs and the husband and the daughter are just tied up like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like, why'd you kill? Okay.
Why did you kill the husband?
All right. This nigga at one point broke the Forget-Me-Nots record that he gave to her. Then he taped it all up and then put it back on the vinyl
and
player.
Here's the funny thing. That wasn't even played.
What?
No. Here's the funny thing. That wasn't even played in the fucking trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. And they go running and chasing, and her husband he was forced to play the typical light-skinned man, like he has no hands, like he just can't do anything with him. And they finally get up to the cliff, and he's falling off, and as he's falling off, she reaches to grab his hand to try to help him up.
Yeah, that was random.
And then her husband reaches for her foot so they could try to pull him up. And he just loses grip like Bishop, and he just falls off, and he lands on the beach.
Oh, okay, now I get what you're saying.
He falls literally just like Bishop.
And it was he just did all that to you? Oh, and then he killed Estelle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Estelle, American Boy.
Really?
She's
wow.
Yeah. But there was a funny part that, like, I could not stop laughing.
Which part?
It was when they were on the golf course, and the husband was like, yeah, I'm really sorry about your wife. And he's like, ex-wife. And he goes, yeah, well, same thing, whatever.
Like I said, it should have been
affair.
It should have been the other way around, man. It should have been Omar Epps as the husband.
There's just a lot, man. It was,
and
he killed a homeless man, hoping that it would take his place to fake his death.
Yeah.
And then
what?
The investigators. This one, they were putting 2 and 2 together that he killed his ex-wife and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get the scent off him. So he finds some random black guy. He kills homeless guy. He kills and burns him. And the fucking investigator's like, yeah, we found his remains and we found this note, and the note didn't even have one burn mark.
Are you?
And they're like,
fucking
we can't get any DNA on him because it was a pretty bad burn. And
What?
I was like,
That's not how. Don't you get dental records?
Yeah, it's like-
I was about to say, what the fuck?
yeah,
The
like,
FBI would be like, nah, that's not how this works. And then
they're
they're like, well, he's dead, so
yeah, and
go
they're
back
like,
to
oh,
lives.
okay, thank God, it's finally over. And that's way before the final 20 minutes when it all clearly wasn't over.
Yeah, man, that movie was bad, but it was entertaining.
It's entertaining.
It's entertainingly bad.
But you have to. It's one of those ones you got to pause every like 10 minutes because you're like,
Just to like soak it in and
yeah,
shit.
you're like,
Like digest
I know
that
this motherfucker
shit.
didn't just do this.
Yeah. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was very bad. It wasn't Tyler Perry bad, but it was at the cusp.
Fucking
Yeah.
horrible, dude.
Yeah, but hey, man, Nia Long got a check. She produced the shit
And thank
promoted
y'all,
the shit
thank
out
y'all
of
for
it.
watching it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Nia Long
I
still
sure
looks
as fuck
good.
will not.
Nia Long still looks good
Yeah,
though.
Nia Long do look
She
good.
look great. Omar Epps still looks
I
the same
seen
too.
pictures. I was like, well,
Omar
Mark's
Epps
just got a fat head now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, Nia Long kind of got chunkier, but in the better.
Like, yeah, no, she still look good though.
She
like I
was
said,
hella good. Yeah, she's sticking
seen
in
the
the right
pictures.
places.
I
She's
was
sticking
like,
in the
damn.
right places, bro.
yeah.
Shit. Anyway, some anniversaries, some
Still
album
wrong.
anniversaries. Oh, Teflon Don turned 10 years old.
Yeah, that's July 20th.
Classic album. Even though I feel my version is more of a classic. But the tracks I've added. But yeah, Teflon Don. That came out 2010, right? 2009.
Yeah, 2010. It
Man.
followed Deeper Than Rap.
Yeah, because I remember, that was the same time like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy dropped because Kanye gave him Live Fast and Die Young, which is a great record. Freemason, featuring Hove. Tears of Joy, Maybach Music 3. Shit, Super High. God
Super
damn.
high.
Only one I don't like is number one.
It was this album for me. It solidified the direction that Ross was going and the momentum he built from Deeper Than Rap. Because to me, Deeper Than Rap, while it was great, I still feel that album is great. There were just still some tracks where it was like, all right, you kind of could just chop the fat here and there.
Yeah,
Teflon Don was just 11 tracks, and it was like here.
it was 12.
No, it was 11.
it's
That was a
11.
Oh, it
bonus
is
track.
11.
Yeah, that last
one.
one's a video.
Yeah, true.
So it was just 11 tracks, and it's like, here, take it.
MC Hammer and BMF back to back. That's fucking fire.
Yeah.
And
the wild thing was we had already, like, MC Hammer had been out for a cool minute because it was on the Anastasia
yeah, it was staged.
mixtape. So that had been out for a while.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, he's like, this was long before the days of streaming and the cheat codes. You weren't buying mixtapes back then.
Nope.
So it was like, okay, cool. Like, he figured out one of the songs that worked on the tape. He put it on. Dope.
Right.
But then to just funnel into BMF. So we got Gucci and then we got Styles P. Like,
That was
amazing.
Yeah, it worked.
amazing
Dope
features.
ass beats too,
Yeah.
man. Like those
Banging
shits was,
beats.
those
Yeah.
shits was hard.
Aston Martin Music was, I think, one of those Justice League tracks where
my God.
if you didn't know who they were before then, you know who they are
And
now.
Drake
Yeah.
was an asshole. Well, yeah, Drake was
Especially-
an asshole.
I remember the breakdown of that beat.
Yeah.
Like they actually put on YouTube.
Yeah.
Justice League. That shit was fucking
Oh, yeah.
beautiful. Like
On
just to watch.
on this version of the album that I'm looking at right now, is that the one with the Drake verse or no?
No.
no.
Okay, because
But when he
That's-
dropped the album,
yeah,
Drake was
that-
only on the
I know, but you know how they add shit to albums, to the new streaming albums and shit, so you never know.
No.
But yeah, because on my
that was
version,
like a whole nother.
I know, because on my version, I call it the quote unquote the extended version.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Drake, with Drake's
Right.
verse.
Yeah, for
Drake
sure.
was an asshole and decided to do his own version of it. And I was like, why didn't you just put... Okay, all right. That was like around the same time period in 2010 when everyone was dropping their signature albums. Because it was like these albums were the resort of rap camp for the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy sessions. It was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, then it was Thank Me Later, then it was Pink Friday, then it was Teflon Don. What some other albums came out because of that shit? I think Big Sean was over there too. When did Big Sean drop in 2010?
2011.
Oh, okay, never mind. But I'm just saying, those albums were like because of that. And yeah, 2010, that was a great year too.
It was good.
But
Yeah, this project was, okay, he's now a force.
and then he dropped.
Yeah.
And then he dropped what? Rich Forever after that. Rich Forever was after. Yeah, it was Rich Forever.
No. He dropped,
God
what
Forgives I
mix-
Don't.
No, he dropped the mixtape.
That's Rich Forever.
No, it wasn't Rich Forever. It was the one that introduced Wale and Meek
Oh,
Mill.
the MMG shit. Yeah.
No, but it wasn't MMG. Here,
Nah, I know which one you're talking about too. I just can't fucking.
It was the
think
one that
of
had
the name.
Made Men on it and 9-piece. Because that was his solo mixtape. That was the immediate follow-up.
Oh,
to it.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Right. Then it was
Ashes to Ashes.
Ashes to Ashes. Yes.
Yeah.
And then it was Rich Forever because that was supposed to.
Ashes and Ashes was a great fucking mixtape.
I don't know why, and then that followed up with Rich Forever, and to this day, I don't know why Ross does not put that on streaming services because the whole world needs to.
Because Def Jam probably didn't clear all those samples.
Yeah,
there were samples on there, huh?
Because remember, Def Jam didn't.
And we're back.
Yeah, I don't know why Def Jam didn't do all that, but you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But
yeah,
I'm still
Teflon
mad the
Don.
Super High remix ain't on there.
Yeah,
with Wiz and Currency.
Currency,
Yeah,
one of the, well, they ain't
That
obviously.
shit's hard.
I'm talking for you because you're a Wiz fan.
Oh well, yeah, but I mean, even
But
on top
you
of that,
heard Currency's verse on that?
Yeah, it was fire.
that shit's fucking sick, dude. That's like probably one of the best remixes they did.
Nigga said trees get twisted up like fingers and gang signs. Like, nigga.
Yeah, that was a good verse.
That is.
Like, come on, man.
Because remember,
That's just a taste.
Like,
You know what I
again,
mean?
remember, Ashes to Ashes is when he introduced Wale and Meek. But Super High, he was trying to sign Wiz and Currency to Maybach. That's what that was. So that was supposed to be, if he was able to accomplish that, that was supposed to have been their pledge to allegiance to Maybach Music.
Yeah.
It just didn't end up working that way.
Can you imagine that roster, bro? Like if he would have went through with the original plan.
Yeah.
And then still got Wale
And Meek.
And Nip
And
and,
Nipsey?
them, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that shit would have been insane.
What happened to Pill? Or Pill?
Pill was never signed to him.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I remember. Who was the original? It was Wale, Meek, and then it was
Currency, or you talking about who actually was on there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pill counts because he was on the first one. And then Stally.
Stally.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
damn.
then Tidra Moses.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even remember that name. Shit.
And
Tidra
then
Moses, Gunplay.
Oh man, Gunplay. He deserves a classic album run, man. I know he has it in him. He has it in him.
Well, he's on Love and Hip Hop now.
Well, if it worked for Cardi, it can work for Gunplay. Fuck it.
And Cardi was just starting a career.
I know.
This is a possibility, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It can happen.
Omarion's was the only figure that got on Love and Hip Hop and then came out with Post to Be.
Yeah.
So,
Cardi's like the real success story of that
Yeah.
shit.
but really, that's a testament to her. But then it's also a testament that you got to use that platform when you're just starting out. Because once we see you as somebody that's done amazing records and now you're on Love and Hip Hop, it's not the community isn't that forgiving. Like we're not going to try to uplift you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're too entertaining now for TV. Like just stay here. You're like we're not gonna.
Cardi made
Like
it.
just
Cardi
do what
made
you
it
was
work.
doing, you know what I mean?
Cardi made the shit work.
Nah,
man.
definitely did.
That's the most. That's the most surprising thing about it.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. You said Jeezy's the anniversary of his shit too.
Thug Motivation 101 15-year anniversary
15
comes
years.
up on Sunday. This upcoming Sunday.
Damn, 15
God
years.
damn.
Time flies.
Seriously.
See, honestly, when
I remember this shit.
I personally wasn't I understood why it had the impact it had, but I didn't understand it was going to be that big. I think this is the time I had to start to call shit street classics. You know, it was like mainstream wise, it didn't like do that big, but then to the streets, to the culture, this was very impactful.
I knew exactly what this was going to do the first time I heard Trap or Die.
Are you talking about the mixtape or are you talking about the
Mixtape.
track?
No, the mixtape.
Okay, yeah.
I knew what this was going to do when I heard Trap or Die for the first time. And then, of course, when he was moving for one album with Boys in the Hood.
Oh yeah.
Like it was clear he was moving different than the other three.
Right.
Yeah. Just a tax write off.
To me, I think it was a favor to block
Probably.
because it was.
Bad
If
Boy
you
South.
know about Boys in the Hood, he was actually supposed to be the quote unquote weakest link. Like Boys in the Hood was supposed to be like T.I., Jeezy, and then I forgot who the other two were, but they were key names in the South.
Yeah, they were part of Bad Boy
It was
South.
supposed to be a super group.
So it was like a bigger, like it was supposed to be like a
supposed to be a
slaughterhouse
big-
type
yeah.
shit.
Wu-Tang.
Wow. Okay.
It was supposed to be a
Okay.
bigger group, and
That I didn't know.
Jeezy was supposed to be
The Method
again
Man
like
of
the
Spliffs.
the weakest link, but he was supposed to be the newcomer that was
Okay.
fitting in with everybody else.
Yeah,
Instead, it kind of just backed out, and he ended up being the name that was there from jump.
Right.
So they kind of built around him, and he was kind of like, well, if it's not going to be what it is, then we need to talk to Puff, and so that's how he was able to get that deal. Whereas Boys in the Hood, he signed to Bad Boy, but it didn't affect with his solo deal with Def Jam. And so so that's how they got that through. He just signed for a one album deal. But at the time, the rest of Boys in the Hood didn't know that. They didn't know that until the album came
they
out.
thought he was in for the long haul and shit. It was
I
like,
remember that story of him showing up.
Yeah.
I remember him showing up at L.A. Reid's office with a Phantom and shit like that. This was before the first album drop. He had money like that. L.A. Reid was like, "Yo, I know what you're doing. You need to stop." Showed up there with a Phantom and shit like that. I remember hearing that story. Like, damn, you
know what you're doing. You need to stop.
That's why Hov decided to jump on his shit, because he just knew, like, he saw something in Jeezy. He sees a little of himself. That's the funny one. Hov always attaches himself.
Say that shit.
He always attaches himself to the coke niggas that go into business. Pusher, fucking Jeezy, Rick Ross, them niggas.
Yeah.
And they always get the best verses from him. Always.
I mean, certain people know how to bring that out.
Yeah,
like it's a gift.
Yeah, I was listening to fucking it's off subject. I was listening to fucking what's it called? Anonymous. What's the Drug Dealers Anonymous? I was like, shit. Like,
yeah. So I just found the article. Mm-hmm. This was supposed to be the original lineup, including Jeezy.
Oh shit.
T.I., Trick Daddy.
Wow.
And Sean Paul from the Youngbloods.
Oh, that would have been a super group indeed.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because it was literally been like a Slaughterhouse of the South.
Yeah, because it was gonna help catapult Sean Paul kind of transition into his solo career.
Okay.
In addition to being a part of the Youngbloods. Yeah, he was gonna be like that factor that he was kind of gonna be like that guy that he works well with anybody. So he's kind of like that hybrid. Let's put him in a couple groups and let's give him a solo album. That was supposed to be his jumpstart.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a big deal when Boys in the Hood was first the concept was coming out.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Because remember, Trick Daddy was still Trick Daddy at the time.
He was the king.
Yeah.
Like, no disrespect to T.I., but like,
I mean, even if he wasn't the king of the South, he was. I mean,
definitely
still the king of Florida.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
So,
but Thug Motivation 101, I knew it was going to be special from the first time I heard Trap or Die the mixtape, and I would say right when I got to Let's Get It, Sky's the Limit, it was like, yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh, you went all the way down there.
Yeah, I got to the fourth track. I got to the fourth track and I was like, this is...
When I heard the second track called Standing Ovation, I was just like, oh, hell no.
Jeezy know what he's doing.
You cocky motherfucker. I like that shit.
Yeah.
Good job.
Go Crazy still my shit.
Oh, yeah.
When you got Hov on that shit, I was like, oh, so you got Hov on here too?
Yeah, when I heard that shit, I was just like, wait, that's a fucking cheat code.
Yeah.
Like, this shit ain't right.
When did that album drop again?
2005.
2005, Hov was still there. He was still in retirement, huh?
Yeah.
Ish.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a cheat code. Okay, you got the guy to retire for sure.
Got the guy to retire to rap, you know.
And then what?
Well, that was Jay's first year taking over for Def Jam.
So you got the president of Def Jam rapping on your shit.
Yeah.
On your first album.
Yeah. Because when did he take it? He took it in 2005, right? That's when XXL did that cover edition when we still don't know why LeBron was on the cover, but...
Because Hov was trying to get LeBron to the net.
Yeah, I mean, we get it, but at the same time, it was like...
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he completely put Memphis Bleak and everybody else on the insert.
On the insert, yeah.
Like, he completely robbed Memphis Bleak's role as just being Jay's right-hand man.
I'm trying to think of that cover. It was him, LeBron, Kanye,
the Young Guns,
Foxy.
Freeway.
No, on the front cover, the cover
it was them two, Kanye and Foxy.
Yeah, he was really trying to revamp Rockefeller.
Yeah.
And
on the insert, it was Freeway, Young Guns, Tierra Marie. And I think there was one
he called
more.
her the first lady of Rockefeller.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, we just gonna skip over a mill? Like,
yeah.
$1 million gone. That's what they keep saying.
Damn.
Shit.
Nah, obviously Soul Survivor, but then the track itself, Trap or Die with Bun B.
Yeah.
I ain't heard Bun rap like that, I wouldn't even say a while. It was just solo Bun.
Okay.
It was like, I think it's like, damn, he can really, really hold this down while Pimp is locked up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he was locked up around that time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, that's how remember I was talking about before how I was just completely enthralled with Southern music, right? When I would be listening to the mixtapes prior to this, like, I heard Bun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I knew he was still, like, going, you know what I mean? Going hard, too, at that. So when I heard it on this one, I was just like, oh, motherfucker, you just ripped that shit. Everybody's gonna, like, start looking for your shit. I thought Bun was gonna blow up even bigger than what he was, like, on a solo tip, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I felt like he was about to blow after that. It didn't work out quite to that point. But he like next I think was the Trill album, and that shit was hard as fuck. So
Soul Survivor, I remember that record. That shit was hard.
Yeah.
produced by Akon. A lot of people don't know that shit. That motherfucker, like, bruh.
Akon's still the shit, man.
Like, he got skills, man. Like, for real.
Last of a Dying Breed is one of my favorites, too. I went with Trick Daddy, Young Buck, and Lil Will.
Jeezy can still spit, man. Jeezy, come on. Jeezy was so
Trap
hot.
star. It's like, bro.
And then what? And then after that, like, and then Kanye loved him so much, he put his ad-libs on Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Yeah.
Not yet.
After
that still took another 2 years.
Oh, it took another, but still.
Remember, his ad-libs were on Thug Motivation 102.
I know, but I'm saying it's like Jeezy's like momentum.
Like, that's just,
his momentum.
How big he was, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like a short amount of time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean that was a result of Thug Motivation 102.
That was the first. I couldn't remember what the fuck the name of the song was that I first heard Jeezy on. Now I remember it's Air Forces. Yeah, that was the first time I heard him. And when I heard him, I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker's gonna be hard."
Yeah,
like it's just a matter of time. Like,
yeah, no, you could just he had a very distinct sound.
Yeah,
I mean obviously, when you think of Rasp, you think of Jadakiss. But Jeezy, he carved his name in that same category. Like when you think of raspy rappers,
I was gonna say like he's so raspy, it comes off as smooth almost.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, man. Kanye he was like the only one or two rappers on 808. It was Jeezy and Weezy. Jeezy was on Amazing, had like the best verse on the damn album.
Well, it wasn't even that Jeezy was just on Amazing. Jeezy co-wrote like 3 records.
What are the records he wrote on 808s?
Let's see. I think he wrote the title track, the opener.
Welcome to Heartbreak, or Say You Real?
I think so, yeah, because he has writing credits on 3 of those records. Amazing's one of them.
Well, yeah, because he's featured on it. I'm Amazing.
Since y'all looking that up real quick. Personally, I don't think Jeezy is bigger than Gucci. Or, I mean, other way around. I don't think Gucci's bigger than Jeezy. To me, Jeezy's up here.
Jeezy's bigger than Gucci, and that's coming from somebody that fucks with Gucci.
Is
that
right
you ain't
about
gotta compare it. It's
No, I know, but just
Gucci is
hollering at the comments.
Gucci got a lot of Gucci will get his respect for being real and having those 1 or 2 records always on the album
and putting people on too.
Yeah, but in terms of catalog, like I get
as far as
I fuck with Gucci,
music,
and I get tired of people trying that. Like he's not gonna compare to Jeezy
at all.
Yeah, Jeezy co-wrote "Say You Will."
Wow,
damn.
He obviously Amazing, and then RoboCop.
I believe that. It sounds like it. It sounds like I can hear Jeezy rap. I can hear Jeezy's like melody over it. Yeah.
T-Pain co-wrote RoboCop too.
I believe that. Okay.
The album with the auto-tune.
Yeah, and then Kanye still roasted his ass.
Yeah.
My God.
He did. That's another story.
I know.
Anyway.
But no, what I take away from Thug Motivation 101 was it was such a big impact that it obviously, as we learned later, it moved who we perceive to be the current best in hip-hop right now. Because when you listen to Good Kid Mad City, Jeezy's influence of Thug Motivation 101 is all around that album.
Yeah.
I mean, he mentions a track. Which song was it?
It was going from
many of these streets.
Yeah, it was going from the Art of Peer Pressure into Money Trees.
Yep. There you go. Yeah.
I was the man of these streets. And he had Jeezy. Then he did that song with Jeezy, West Side on Time.
Yeah. But it
didn't make the cut, but that shit was hard as fuck. It should have.
It was I was never meant for it. It was that was when them doing the TD week.
Yeah, I remember. We remember.
I know.
I'm talking to
the people.
But that overall impact where it wasn't just the South. Because remember, trap was still relatively new.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it was like some trap classic. Now this is a certified classic because it hit us over here on the West Coast. And it was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
this
seriously.
Yeah, all the hood niggas, they were blasting this shit.
I'll say this. T.I. put trap, the term, he coined it. He put it on the map with trap music, the album. Jeezy solidified that new subgenre with this album.
Yeah.
Like if there were,
it sounds about right.
Like he solidified it.
Yeah.
And that's even with Tip following it up with Urban Legend. Like he did what he was supposed to do. Jeezy just let it be known, like, we're not going anywhere. This is what the new normal is. I'll always remember that album having that impact.
Well, at least they didn't have to wear a mask.
That makes perfect fucking sense.
At least they didn't have to wear a mask.
Nah, niggas was still wearing masks back then.
Yeah, ski mask.
It was a different type
of fucking mask.
Yeah. Anyway, music did drop this past week.
I didn't listen to a lot. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't blame you. Yeah, on Saturday was Pop Smoke's birthday. So
happy birthday and continue to rest in peace.
Yeah, he would have been his 21st birthday. That's still wild to me. I was like, yeah, you're only 20 years old. So they dropped the deluxe, the Pop Smoke Deluxe. Shoot for the stars, aim for the moon.
You definitely shot for the stars with that one.
Yeah. It was like
it landed on a turd.
Altogether, it would have been 34 tracks with the deluxe edition, but you just started with Hotel Lobby, and to me, from what I've listened to, those just sound like throwaway. Hotel Lobby was cool. Everything else just sounded like just throwaways. I mean, I like the interlude with Imperfections. The Jamie Foxx record was bleh. Paranoia was cool, but I just wanted that Pusha verse just for petty reasons. That was the only thing that was missing. And then other than that, everything else sounded like fucking throwaways. And I can understand why they didn't make the first cut, but that's just me.
Now, my take.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, honestly, after listening to the original album, and then dropping into because I listened to the whole thing front to back, like 1 through
34.
How many tracks is it? Yeah, 34.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I listened to it like that, and when I got down to it, I understand why they weren't put out originally. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. They don't live up to the expectation or what the first half of this reached. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna say it was bad. It was like I'm not gonna even call them throwaways. I'm just gonna say that they missed the cut, like, because it was like that close. You know what I mean? There was a few, like you said, that Paranoia track. That one probably could have been on the actual album. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it would have taken out, but it could have been on there.
There was right in there too.
There was a few of them too, like Hello, A Boogie. Like that one could have been on the album. Say what you will, it could have been on the album. Tsunami with DeVito, that one could have been on the album. Backseat with P&B Rock could have been on the album. Imperfections, like you said, could have been on the album.
What are you taking off the album to fit some of those?
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's the problem. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at.
I get what you're saying. It fits the tone of the album, but you're not
the album.
Taking anything off the album.
Yeah, but I personally wouldn't. That album came out fucking perfect.
I can I like Imperfections and Hotel Lobby, but I can understand why they didn't make the first cut.
And then Hotel Lobby was the one where he sampled another fucking
a lot of
50 Cent.
It was a lot of champagne lollipop. I can take it to the top. Yeah, If I Can't.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then he did. It was like another 50 song he was talking.
Yeah,
about.
like he kind of did that throughout the entire thing. And when I say the entire album, I'm talking about the deluxe, like the whole 1 through 34. Like he sampled 50 throughout and shit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It almost seems like
a tribute to him.
Yeah.
It sounds like a tribute to 50.
I know we said last, when it came out and shit, that we're not going to put it in that same regard as Get Rich or Die Trying. But I feel like that's what he tried to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If he was alive, this album, the original album, it probably would have been, like you were talking about street classics, it probably would have been low-key a street classic. I mean, to me, this album already is, in my opinion.
I was just going to say that. It is a street classic, for
Post
sure.
Malone album is a street classic. That's fucking wild to say.
Well, I mean,
it's wild.
You can call it Post-Malone album or whatever.
Posthumous,
whatever. Yeah, however you fucking say that word. I don't know.
Right.
But
he was working on it.
Yeah, he was actually working. It was, and to be fair, 50 was supposed to be brought in originally. So it didn't have too much change other than the fact that he died. Yeah. As far as the process of the creation of the album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just look at it as...
I feel like it could have been different.
I get what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
I just look at it from the standpoint of if the track list wasn't already set, by the time the artist dies, I look at it as posthumous.
Oh, okay, I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
Understand that. Yeah.
That's just how I look at it. Like, if
because they literally picked the best tracks from and the tracks that he personally worked on and the tracks that he liked the most.
Yeah.
That's what it said on the in that cover story from Complex. They picked the songs that he worked on the most and the ones that he really, really fucked with the most. That's why I look at these tracks as literally just throwaways. Like, he worked on it, but it was just like, Probably put them on a mixtape or something, or like a throwaway, another posthumous album. Like, I say, he should have saved these for another posthumous album, in my opinion.
I get what you're saying. But
no,
it's just so the tone is so close to the album.
Yeah,
it's hard to separate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I get you.
I like what they did. They put it on the deluxe. You know what I mean? Just ain't nothing else dropped, so might as well.
Yeah, fuck you.
Eventually, I'll get to it. When I saw a bunch like this and Janae's album were deluxe, it was like, okay, like that means I can go back and revisit it anytime.
See, with the Jada Alco, how do you say it? Well, Chilombo?
Sorry, spelled the last name. I want to say before we get her, salute to both Pop Smoke and Juice WRLD. They created history, and they became the first acts back to back on Billboard to drop #1 posthumous albums.
And go #1.
Yeah, that went #1. And Juice WRLD basically did 500,000 his first week.
Yeah, man.
What, the top 10? He took up half of the top 10.
Mm-hmm. On some Drake shit. They say only people who did that was the Beatles and Drake.
Yeah. Like that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like,
no, definitely. That's just
also
crazy.
That young man.
I listened to
it. Still rest in peace.
Also, I listened to that album, by the way, man. And I can completely understand how everyone looked at it. I can understand why they liked it, but for me, it sounded like like a typical Juice WRLD album. Like, it just wasn't for me. Like, the vibe I was getting from it, I was like, okay, I can see why teenagers would love this damn record. Okay, I can see it. But to me personally, it just wasn't for me. But I can see why people would like it. Anyway, Chilombo, the deluxe. I looked at it as a bonus disc of all the tracks, and let's see, how many tracks were there? Like on the deluxe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Like 10 tracks, 10 or 11 tracks. It's like a bonus disc for me. What's it called? The BS remix with Kalani was good. On the Rave featuring Mia J, which is like a continuation from the what was the song? The Pussy Fairy. Mm-hmm. It's like a continuation of the interlude on that shit.
Okay.
My God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just that
that little cut. Yeah.
I did listen to Summer 2020, and that's a cheat code. It's
not fair.
It's a continuation.
Like, it's not fair, bro.
It's a continuation from the album. It was an interlude called Summer.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's a cheat code because anytime you sample Summer Madness, it's
like,
that was a great
not
record.
fair.
That was a great record.
And on top of that, it's nice wordplay in the title.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Summer Madness, Summer 2020.
2020 has been all madness, like all year long.
And the shit she was singing about on there too. Also, Trying to Smoke remix with Chris Brown and Snoop Dogg. That was great.
I need to listen to that one.
I know it's good.
Like I said, it'll be something
Down
to get
Again
to.
featuring Boy Wiz. That was great.
I wasn't moved to just get to the deluxes this week.
The deluxe. I don't blame
you.
Yeah. Who's next?
But I did get into Pink Sweats.
That shit was fire. The first 3 albums, the first 3 songs were fire. I loved that shit.
Pink Sweats, he's really starting to go over that under the radar status that he's been on for the past couple of years.
Icy's my shit.
Icy's great.
Shit.
Like it's great.
Like the first 3 songs, Give It To Me, Icy, and Not Alright, those are fire. Then the other 3, those are very pop R&B-ish. Like it was cool, but I was like, maybe.
No, I love 17. I've loved 17 since it was the single that dropped a few months ago. Because it's on streaming platforms as the single. So I heard that when it dropped as that. And at my worst and lows, like I can get where you're coming with the pop vibes, but overall those were still good records.
I get you.
He just set the bar with those first 3. But overall, if this is called the Prelude EP,
his album,
there's got to be an album right around the corner.
Another one I listened to, I know y'all did not touch. It was an EP, a live EP with Elisa Kari, and it's called Live Off the Floor. This summer, Live Off the Floor, and it's pretty much a live album where she's doing like string orchestra renditions of her, her, I guess, greatest hits from.
How do you say her name?
Elisa Kari.
Alessia Cara.
Cara. The chick that did Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she pretty much did like.
Yeah, you butchered her name though.
I know.
Yeah, no, I was like, wait, what? I was confused, bro. I'm not even trying to talk shit.
The chick from Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did like live renditions of like selected songs from her EP and albums and shit, and I just started listening to it. I just wanted to see how it sounded, and for whatever reason, when you hear an orchestra, when you hear like strings and a live band in there, it just puts you in a soothing mood, and her voice is really damn good. And it was smooth. I was just like kind of nodding my head to it, like it was like, oh, this is pretty damn good. The live version of Here is fire. Like the song's fire in itself, but the way she's singing on this one, I was like, damn, this is good. Man, I'm still mad that Def Jam fucked her over with her last album. I'm still mad how that happened a few years ago, but...
Not imagine.
Yeah.
I listened to... Nick Grant and Tay Beast. Of course, Tay Beast, one of the in-house producers for TDE. They did a 5-track EP, God Bless the Child. Nick Grant don't get his flowers enough in terms of rap. But Nick Grant is a rapping ass nigga.
Rapping ass nigga.
Like I haven't heard a bad Nick Grant project. I've been listening to him for about 3 or 4 years now. Okay. I have not heard one bad project from him at all. I picked up on him with Return of the Cool back in 2017. God Bless the Child is nice growth. Like it's reflective of what the times we're in right now. You can look at the cover itself. It's somebody in the process of getting their hair braided. Like it's a black ass album. It's black ass music. And Tay Beast does a great job on the production.
Of course.
Definitely would recommend Nick Grant and Tay Beast. Again, that's God Bless the Child. And then I also listened to Joey Badass's 3-pack.
That was great. The Light Pack.
Yeah, that was good. He's on his Bobby Brown shit.
What's up?
Are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
On the other one.
We're still recording.
Just making sure. Yeah, anyway, the Light Pack was fire.
Yeah.
Him dressed up as fucking Bobby Brown in the video for the light.
Yeah.
That shit was tight, dude.
No explanation with Pusha. With Pusha T again, man. He's on a feature run. Like, no matter what he spits, it is just
flames.
Fire. Fire. Shine, I love that record.
No, this is a great 3-pack.
Yeah. I don't know what he's saving up for, but this 3-pack was fire.
Yeah.
3 shots and he didn't miss.
At all.
Yeah, that he didn't miss. It was none but net.
None but net.
Serious.
Fuck you threes. That's what they were.
Steph Curry bet 3.
Oh, I went back and listened to that Coffee and Kush, that Problem shit.
Yeah.
That shit's nice, bro. Problem can motherfucking rap.
Yeah.
Like, he can rap his ass
He
off.
wants to, yeah.
Not when he wants to, like,
Not when he wants to, but like
he wants to all the time, though. You can tell, like, you can hear it.
He wants to too much sometimes.
Yeah.
If you know the story behind why he kind of disappeared, you'll get it. And it goes back to that BET Cypher.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, but no, Problem ain't never had a problem rapping.
Yeah.
For sure.
Not at all.
He does have a problem.
This album proved it.
Yeah.
Another you had a problem. I did not listen to this because I was like, you fucking messy bitch. August Alsina. Bring your ass to the stand. Oh, yeah, that's something better.
That powerful nigga.
I mean, kudos for him for fucking, capitalizing on it. But
I expected this from August, but I didn't expect it from Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Rick Ross let me down.
He shouldn't have did that.
He was doing a lot of slick talk, which would have flew good on other bars, but it's like,
come on, it's none of your business.
Come on, Rick. What you doing? What you doing, Rose?
You know you're gonna see Will Smith one day. Speaking of Will Smith, someone got cute with him on Instagram because he posted a video of him doing jump rope and shit, and then he got tangled up, and someone commented going, "Oh shit, no, don't get tangled, ha!" And then Will Smith's like, "Ha, that was really funny. That was funny. I'm gonna block you now, but that was funny."
Yeah.
That's gotta suck, man. Like, no matter what you do, like, that shit's always gonna come back to you.
That's gonna haunt him now.
Forever.
That shit's gonna haunt his ass now.
Which, I mean, it's just another reminder. Women will say, hey, don't make these disgusting ass posts where men are apologizing for doing their women wrong on Facebook and all that. But Jada was able to get away with Entangled, and now it's showing up on t-shirts.
So we just gotta come up with a word.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like,
Come up with a word.
Like, you use a word that's already in the English dictionary, and then, switch it up.
Come up with something in the dictionary, and yeah, pretty much. All right, your favorite rapper dropped 2 new singles.
I'm sorry, who?
You know who.
Roddy Ricch didn't drop.
Your other favorite.
Kendrick didn't drop.
Your other favorite.
Wiz didn't drop.
Your other favorite.
Currency didn't drop.
Damn, it's your favorite. It's your favorite.
No, I just like doing that because he's the one that really hates him.
I know, but according to Twitter, it's your favorite.
Yeah, this is your
You know
favorite,
what's funny
apparently.
is that I didn't say one thing about those tracks when they dropped. I didn't say not a word. I was listening to Lil Sakari and fucking Joey Badass's shit. I didn't say one word.
I was listening to reggae, actually. Not even reggaeton. Like, you guys,
reggae.
I'm not even talking about the playlist. Like, reggae. Iration dropped. Coasting is an album. That shit was nice. Like, y'all just put that shit on, let it ride.
Yeah.
And then Tanel dropped real quick. I don't know if y'all into reggae like that. You know what I mean? But Tanel, she's from SoCal and shit.
Okay.
Like, and she actually featured my homeboy that I went to high school with. His name's Ado. Motherfucker is dope, man.
Nice.
Like, yeah, but these two, well, there was one album, or I guess it's technically both albums. One's 7 tracks. But anyways, they fucking ride.
That's what's up.
Nice.
They smoke good too.
And DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled, man, he's been fucking promoting these records for the past month. He called them anthems.
Saluting Owls.
Saluting Owls. just taking pictures with owls. Like Drake's in Barbados with his Mickey Mouse tattoos. And just yeah.
Them
Anyway,
backyard tattoos.
you feel me? Anyway, the song's Pop Star in Greece. What do y'all think about him? What does JC think about him?
When I first heard
JC.
when I first heard both of them, I was like, nah, all right. And then I went straight to Joey Badass. And then I happened to be outside near a pool, not out in public.
Oh yeah, good.
Private location and not a party.
Well, I mean, it's cool because you don't got a Zoom meeting on your back.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
yeah.
You're good. You know what I mean?
It was,
Family
family.
like DMX. Now, man.
Yeah, it was family. So that took place, and then for whatever reason, the records played. Mm-hmm. Grease still sounds like a reference track, so I'm like, whatever. But Popstar did grow on me, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I understand the setting you have to be in.
Yeah.
When you're in said setting, this shit knocks.
See, for me, I like Grease. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, that's cool. But then when I finally really heard, like, the mastered version, I liked it. It sounds like a fucking hookah bar record. Like, you gotta be at a hookah lounge or a strip club or some shit. And it sounds like a reference track. It sounds like something that he would have made for Nav or The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So it sucks.
Well,
If he made it for Nav, I mean...
well, yeah. No, I can see Nav singing over
Hey,
this.
I mean, you can say that, but Nav also produced for Beyonce, so...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you got a point. But that's production.
No, I'm saying that if Weeknd wanted to, he could take Grease and XO it up, and it would sound fucking fire.
Okay, I got
you. That's if he wanted just to be an asshole, like, oh, so you're trying to sing like me now? Okay, let me do this real quick.
Oh, man.
See,
now you're making me want to listen to this bullshit.
It's a good song to me. Popstar had to grow on me. It literally sounded like a throwaway track. It still kind of does sound like a throwaway track
I'll put it this way, like, I'm not expecting Popstar to have that longevity.
at all.
But it did sound a lot better outside by a pool versus me in my bed at 10 o'clock at night just going through music.
Yeah.
It's not the setting for that. You have to be
I'm
outside.
not a pop star.
Under
not
the
a rock
sun. Like, it's that environment, that type of tone.
Like, it's like outside music. Like,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
people can't be outside right now because, pandemic, racial uprising, all that shit.
Yeah.
So then after that, in Barbados, he decided to, I'm going to drop one more on your asses. Or like he said, your head tops.
Head tops.
So he dropped the verse for Heady One.
With Heady One.
And it's the Only You freestyle.
And
this is Mans.
This is his BBC raps.
Mans is on here, and I don't fuck with Mans. I don't do Mans.
And I was really listening because I had a feeling he wanted to drop one more because I had a feeling when Pusha dropped, or it didn't really drop, when that verse came out on Pop Smoke shit, I was like, okay, I have a feeling Drake's gonna have to say something. So then when I saw that, I'm like, okay, I know what's coming. I'm gonna hear a lot of BBC raps, but he's gonna send some shots to Pusha, and he did.
Did he? Because so I've also seen that he was talking about Stormzy, which is another UK.
Yeah, he's
rapper.
like a real big UK rapper.
So it was.
And folks were shocked.
So
that Drake
what
didn't
he was
work with him.
saying, I could definitely, because I thought he was going at Push and referencing Kanye, but apparently from what I was reading, what he was saying in those bars applies to Stormzy.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Like, so it could go either way. Like, it just like.
But you just know how Drake is.
I mean, yeah, I was about to say that shit. Like,
you know how
more
it
than
is.
likely Drake will probably be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna write this and say it's about him," but really, I'm talking.
You know how it is, but at the same time, I could also see him realizing, wait, I could just get away with this being a double entendre.
Yeah.
And people
Two birds in one
because
stone.
I mean, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, because think about it for a second. Why we could say it's about Push, but why would you put it past him that he wouldn't jump on like UK drill
and not get
and Stormzy is big over there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if he would do it to Push, why wouldn't he do it to Stormzy?
But he said, this is the line he said, shit you men been dropping lately, don't make me have to fly my iTunes. So much people buy into my hype, don't make me have to buy my hype too. Dealt with the big homie already, don't make me have to side by side you. Enough times he tried to hide behind you. Amnesia, but when I remind you, I'm touching road and I can't find you. Word to the MOB I'm tied to. I'm giving up when I decide to. Gee! Sound like the Glee shit.
What?
Glee!
And to,
Did he really do that shit?
Yeah, he said Gee. That says it right there. Gee.
And to fit that, Stormzy's latest release was May 8th of this year. So that could also, that could also apply too.
Whatever.
I'm not saying I'm taking away from Push. I'm saying
I get you.
I don't know
When he
much
said-
about Stormzy, but
When
I'm
he
taking
said
off
dealt
what
with the
people
big
are saying.
homie already, that's Kanye. Don't make me have to side by side you. Enough times he tried to hide behind you because Kanye, in Drake's eyes, Kanye probably tried to hide behind Pusher, even though he hid behind his fucking big homie.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And the timing of this, when after the Pusher fucking verse came out and shit on Pop Smokes, and then this shit drops,
and that's where I feel it's leaning more towards Push. It's because the timing of it.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean? It's just like we were talking about with the verses shit. You know what I mean? It's the timing of when you play these tracks.
Again, I'm not taking away. I'm not taking away that he's not talking about Push.
Yeah.
I'm saying at the very least, this is likely a double entendre.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because again, I don't know anything about Stormzy. And who's to say that he's not talking about, you know, you're hiding behind man's, like, something from his management could have happened, and, you know, but...
And also, Kanye, after the verse drop, when he went on his little rant, that's when he posted Drake with the fucking, you know, that emoji. Then he put, "Come and get me. This is the Exodus," like Pusher said. So...
And then he said Lil Baby didn't want to do a record with him.
And then Lil Baby was like, "Dude, I didn't even know."
Yeah. Like, all right.
Yeah, but no, Drake, and from the sound of it, it just sounds like Drake wants Surgical Summer to continue. He said, "I'm not," and the last part he said on there, "I'm giving up when I decide to." So he's not gonna let this go.
So, which brings me to the Drake fans. Your guy over here is talking about he's gonna keep it going. Don't talk shit about Push when he starts sending shots the way he's been.
I mean,
just saying.
But then again, this goes
I'm
back,
thinking logically.
But again, this goes back to what I was saying about Push. I'm not mad at him, but now it's time you got to go on the offensive.
That's what I was kind of like.
Anymore.
Now I said next time Pusher has to really lay the line.
Like, he's been drawing lines in the sand. Now it's time you set fire to the sand.
Yeah,
like, because
if you're
doing it to that sense where it can be taken, it's the same thing with Drake. If it can be taken in any direction, like, oh, maybe he's saying about such and such.
Yeah.
What's the point then? Because now you guys are teetering around this shit.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at Push, but I am saying, like,
at this point,
if you feel structured about you and there's evidence to show, all right, dog, just drop volume 2 now. What's the point? Because now he's saying he's not going to be done with it.
He should drop volume 1.5. Like 1.5.
1.5.
1.5. Just to show you, I'm going to reveal just a little bit more.
Nah, to me, it's not good enough. Just go volume 2.
Yeah, he should. I mean, because at this point, it's like they're going to keep doing this forever. They're like
and eventually, I'm not going to, like... And again, they're not doing this for my entertainment. There's legitimate beef between them. So it is what it is. But after a while, it's just like... Okay, this is what you guys like. All right.
Drake better not go after Kanye either, because that's just a lost cause. Like, dude, why are you going after Kanye? What's Kanye gonna do to you? Like, really? Like, your beef was the man.
If I'm him,
why go after Kanye?
No, but listen to what I'm saying. Why does Kanye keep bringing him up?
Because
that is a good point, though.
Because he's...
No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
It's a lost cause.
No,
there's no
point. It doesn't matter.
There's no point going after Kanye.
There's no point of Kanye.
Because Kanye's not gonna rap to you. You just gonna keep going at a fucking mentally crazy man?
You keep bringing my name up for whatever reason, sure.
Because Drake being fucking subliminal to him too. He keeps bringing him up. I'm just saying. That's just it.
I get what you're saying, but Kanye keeps doing this shit for like.
Kanye's
again, that goes back to.
That's not the stand shit. I'm saying straight up, they're both going back and forth. They keep bringing each other up because Drake keeps bringing up Kanye. Kanye brings him up, and Pusha just what's the ha? What's the price?
That one.
But that just goes back to Kanye. Like, just let it be. Like, why are you focused on Drake unless Drake didn't have something to do with your marriage?
No, I think with Drake, Kanye has like a obsession about Drake.
Okay, but then that's
like all the way back to like when their little business relationship began.
But understand what I'm saying. If that's that obsession, then that's a green light for Drake as far as I'm concerned.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Like if it's me,
you don't just get to have an obsession. I got to be quiet about you now.
If I'm Drake, I'm dropping a song called Obsession. Like no dead ass, bro. Like
no,
seriously.
I get it, but then at the same time, go after the guy who mentioned your wife.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
That's what I'm saying.
We're not taking away from that. But at the same time, this other guy that he keeps bringing you up.
But he's not even. He's bringing him up on like some.
Just give him a couple bars.
Yeah,
that's what he's been doing. Called Obsession.
That's what he's been doing. He's been giving him a couple bars.
Okay.
His whole album, Scorpion, was dedicated to that shit.
That's different.
That's
different.
And he's
that's
still
what I'm saying.
standing, and he's still and mentioned him in interviews and all the other shit. And the point I'm saying is, I predicted that Surgical Summer is going to continue, and the way Drake is talking, it's gonna continue.
Well, he needs to hurry up because summer's almost over.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what I'm getting at. If you're gonna drop it, there ain't no 1.5s and no shit like that. You're gonna do it, do it. And if not, then okay, that's fine.
Fall, then.
Push the button.
You want Push to push the button? You gonna
Push
wait.
the button.
Push it gonna wait.
Because this is the thing. Push can wait long enough to the point where now nobody cares. So when he does release Fire, it's like, all right, but you were sitting on it. Why?
Yeah.
You can fuck yourself over in a war by waiting too long.
I think Push is just like okay. I feel something's is gonna come from Push again, and this time it's gonna be like, this is my final say about all this, and I'm gonna he's gonna reveal a little much, and after that he's just not gonna say nothing no more. I feel like Push is gonna say one more thing about this, and then he's done.
And then Drake's gonna want to quit.
No, Drake's gonna probably that'll be some funny shit.
That'd be some shit. Dog. I mean, that's kind of what happened last time. You know what I mean? Like, Push said some shit, and then Drake was like, "Oh, fuck this, rage quit."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like Push is gonna say one more thing, and then that's it. But we're gonna see.
We shall see.
Anyway, what else dropped?
Somebody that ain't saying no more. Logic.
Yeah. So not only is Kanye quote unquote supposed to drop on Friday, Logic out of nowhere dropped, and he said that on Friday he's dropping his last album, Under Pressure.
Round
Again.
of applause.
Again.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Round of applause, man.
Yeah, he was saying this is his retirement album. What was supposed to be his retirement album before? Everybody? Wasn't Everybody supposed to be his last album?
No.
He said he was going to retire.
No.
But the longest
Everybody
time,
was just the next chapter. He had another album that was supposed to go after
That's
that.
what I meant. Yeah, but anyway.
But no, that album was supposed to complete that series. Remember, he signed a brand new.
Then he dropped all
deal.
and then he dropped fucking what's it called? Bobby Valentino, not Santino. What was it called?
Bobby Tarantino
2, and then there was another one. There was another freestyle. Was
the
4.
gentrification.
No,
No,
that was
Sinatra
another
4.
one.
There was
It was
another
number
one.
4.
Sinatra
4.
Young Sinatra.
Lung Sinatra 4, and then it was gentrification.
And then it was
Then it was
gentrification.
supermarket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he dropped, and then it was the other one, the one with Eminem that was on it. That bullshit.
Yeah, that was Tarantino 2.
Yeah.
No, that was something.
No, not
else.
Bobby Tarantino 2. That was
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
Thoughts of a
whatever.
dangerous bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Thoughts of a dangerous bullshit, which was bullshit.
Yeah.
So now
It
this
wasn't that bad.
No, it's forgettable.
It was forgettable, but it wasn't that bad, though. You're making it sound like it was like the worst album.
No. Supermarket was. That one was
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
This
it wasn't
one
that
was
bad.
no, that movie wasn't that bad. But even if I was a Logic fan, I'm like, dude, you could do better than this. You got nothing else to talk about. Anyway, yeah, he's
That's why
dropping
he's
that.
quitting.
And he's dropping that shit, and a round of applause for him. Another round of applause. He got to do
No,
it
I ain't giving no round of applause. That's the ops.
for Twitch.
Twitch
Really?
is the ops. That's
That's
caffeine.
the
You
ops.
caffeine over here, nigga.
Oh,
What the fuck is you talking about?
yeah, true. But
Big
he,
C's.
Yeah.
well, he got money though.
C's over here, man. You don't see me rocking
C's
this
up.
blue and shit, man? What the fuck you think this is?
But still, man, he got a bag.
Nah, I was playing. You get a round of
This
applause.
caffeine.
Yeah.
We got to give him a round of applause.
Caffeine, he got money. He's getting
Now, there's a...
7-figure deal, man.
There is no mistake about this album because yesterday he actually played this album for his first Twitch live stream. So whoever's subscribed to his page and tuned in for his first live stream, he played the album in its entirety.
Huh.
This is
Produced by No ID.
Yeah,
Entirely
executive
produced by executive produced by No ID.
Yeah, I don't know who. I think his crew produced it.
Yeah.
But No ID was in charge of all.
And because he became a father. I guess he got remarried again?
I don't know, but he just wants to focus on his family.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the same time, like, what am I going to do? Keep rapping, or am I going to take a 7-figure deal to live stream?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
being with your family is nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying, but even if he wasn't want to spend time with his family, like, the fuck am I going to rap for? I can get 7 figures just by going on live
Just
stream.
doing some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
But I mean, he said he's done with solo recording.
so that means collab
He would
albums.
not collabs. He's still open to doing features because Currency wanted to try to get a feature out of him, and he's like, "No, I'm still available for those. Just we'll figure all that
He pretty
out."
much doing what Hope did. Retire from making because Hope's original plan said he was just going to retire from making albums, but still do features and still.
But I
do
mean,
shows.
that's what I've always endorsed from when the rappers say I'm going to retire.
Right.
Just from the solo aspect and the touring and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The features, that's nothing. That's easy. Like I look at that like
That's a 16, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you got that in the tuck.
right. That's nothing. I've always encouraged that.
Yeah. Anyway, so J. Cole, he decided to do his little album rollout. First, he dropped an article.
The Audacity and the Players Tribune, which we went over a little bit. Basically tying rap and basketball in, how they just went hand to hand for him.
Yeah.
There was a couple things I picked up in reading that. Which was his competitive ego and his fear of rejection is what kept him from collaborating with his peers. Like, he openly admitted that. He's like, it was the ego, and then he just didn't want to be rejected. So that's why you see Drake collaborating with a lot. You see Kendrick collaborating with a lot of his peers. J. Cole's really kind of like Wale, kind of stays within his kind of like immediate friends.
That's the comfort zone.
That's the reason why. Yeah, he openly admitted it.
I mean,
all right.
And then that's it's what led to him kind of like branching out to do those features, and then also focusing on what he wanted to do with Dreamville. Like he said, it was that moment when he kind of got writer's block and finishing For Your Eyes Only. He had to kind of step back and kind of look at everything. He's like, well, I just don't have that hunger anymore. And then I don't have that dog in the fight. Life is great right now.
And I really feel he listened to Joe Budden's podcast. Because I remember that was around that time period, and it was in December when Joe said that J. Cole needs to venture off and work with other producers and other artists. Because then in January, that's when the Dreamville sessions happened.
No. This was years later. This was during the recording sessions of For Your Eyes Only.
Oh, okay.
This was like 2 years before.
Well, okay. But then I still remember the timing of all that shit.
Yeah.
Still.
He didn't say he's retiring, but clearly he recognizes it's on the horizon. He mentioned, on my career bucket list, there remains a few more items to check off before I give myself permission to enter whatever the next chapter of my life may be. And he wrote it out perfectly. He said, I'm 35. I have 2 sons. At some point I do have to get to the next chapter of my life, but there are still things I would like to do.
Right.
I subscribe to that as well. I look at it just the same way as pro athletes. Like, you can't play forever.
Yeah.
And while it would be nice to see your favorite musicians make music forever, we live in a day and age where they're blessed to be in, if their contracts are right, they're blessed to be in a situation where you get the bag when you're young and you can live off of the DSPs.
Right.
Moving forward. You know what I mean? Like, you can live off that income moving forward.
Right.
Or in his case, he's also included executive on his resume.
Dreamville and shit.
Yeah, so he has that. You get into the fatherhood aspect of it, it makes sense that he has a window. I would give him a 5-year window if that. I would say by the time he's 40, he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't even say. I'm not even saying 40. I'm saying
like before that.
Yeah, I'm just giving him until 40, just off of.
Yeah, I'll say after this album, that's when he's really going to start really peeling back.
Yeah.
After the fall off.
Yeah.
He
was always.
I could see that.
Yeah.
He was always the one that came to mind out of him, Kendrick, and Drake. He was always to be the first one that was going to
gracefully bow out.
Bow down.
For sure.
Not bow down to them. I mean, like, just bow out. Bow
call
out.
it quits, pretty much.
I think Kendrick is next.
Yeah.
I think and Drake will be the last one because I've always said he's not going to go out gracefully into the night. Drake.
Nope.
Well, and there's a difference between their careers. Like, if you look at it, Drake is still looking for that
itch,
that stamp of
recognition.
Of the recognition, not from. I mean, he has that stamp when people are bringing up the numbers.
He's got that stamp all over his back too.
But I mean, he has the stamp. He has the stamp over Kendrick and Cole in terms of the numbers.
Yeah.
So that's
but the respect from his peers
in terms of the albums.
Yeah.
Like the solidified. Like they've each done a few where they can call it a career. Like they've accomplished those
2, and he could have called it a career.
Yeah.
He could have done 2.
So I always looked at it. He was always going to be the first one to me that bowed out.
Yeah. And then, like I said, it's gonna be Cole, and then it's gonna be Kendrick after this next album, whatever lane Kendrick goes, and then it's gonna be Drake. And like I said, like earlier this year, like I don't feel Drake's gonna go out gracefully tonight. He's gonna kind of be like Nicki in a way, not as crazy as Nicki, but
you don't know that.
Well, no, not like what Nicki was doing, but like if there's gonna be a newcomer into it that kind of might take his spot, he's gonna probably feel threatened by that.
I don't think he's gonna bow out the same way that those two are, but I do think in the next phase of his career, he will transition into like
an executive.
No, just EPs every few months. I don't feel like he'll be doing albums like that. Like he has enough pull to. he can do those EPs and still hit top of the Billboard.
Yeah.
Like, Drake's going to be recording into his 40s. I don't see him bowing out in his 30s.
He's gonna be like Hov.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, however anybody feels about him personally or how they feel about his career, he has earned that. Like he is a certified hit maker according to the numbers, according to Billboard, to go into his 40s and be trusted with making more hits.
Yeah,
like he has that. You can't take that away from him.
Right.
But I do think when he gets into his 40s, it's not gonna be the hardcore album making. He's probably gonna do one EP where it's him rapping, another EP where it's him singing, another EP where he's mans.
Or just drop singles.
Yeah.
Just drop singles and features.
Yeah.
Features and singles. You don't have to drop an album. He can literally make a career just off
But like what
singles.
I'm saying with EPs is like it's 2 to 3 tracks at a time anyways. So it's basically dropping a single. You're just dropping an extra track.
Well, speaking of 2 singles, that's what J. Cole did. For the first time in a long time, he decided to drop singles before the album. So these are the first 2 songs.
Well, I don't know if they're singles. They're just songs.
Well,
he didn't call them singles. He just said they're 2 songs.
Well, at this rate, everything's a single. Everything's a song. But yeah, he dropped 2 songs from The Fall Off. I guess from a continuation of 1985 off KOD. We got the Climb Back. The Climb Back that featured, him, of course. That not featured him. Duh.
Yes, of course it featured him. It was his song.
It was self-produced by J. Cole, Vintage Cole.
Of course.
And then you have Lion King on Ice, which I still is funny. I saw Lion King on Ice when I was a kid. That was produced by J. Cole, T-Minus, and Jetson.
And he packaged this 2-pack as Lewis Street.
The Lewis Street, yeah. And on the Climb Back, Cole.
Climb Back is not fair.
He was that was the warm up. That was warm up J. Cole.
Bro,
I haven't heard that.
Bars.
That was vintage J. Cole.
And bars.
I haven't heard that J. Cole since warm up.
With more bars.
No, I haven't heard that since what was the song on 2014 Forest Hills? Fire Squad. I haven't heard him rap like that since Fire Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was the last time. Like, I get what you're saying.
That was actually
I get what you're saying in terms of like just the run on raps since his mixtape days.
Yeah.
But in terms of just rapping like he has something to prove.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it in about 4 or 6 years.
Lion King on Ice was cool too. That was a cool one.
That shit was tight, man.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And he said there's no date for the album. He's just taking his time, still finishing. But
take your time.
Yeah, take your sweet ass time, Cole. Cole.
I'll wait for it.
And we got nothing
That's
time.
for sure.
Yeah.
The Fall Off. That's what it's gonna be called. That might be the last one from Cole, so stay tuned. Anyway, NBA's back for real.
For real?
Word to YG.
I had faith in this shit. I said, just wait. We gotta wait to see how it all plays out. Motherfuckers was complaining about it. Oh my god, this is a stupid idea. I don't know why they're doing this. And it's like, man, we haven't even seen what's taking place. And then they go and convert this motherfucker into the 2K neighborhood. They building barbershops and shit.
Actually bringing in restaurants in there and shit.
Oh,
again,
really?
which is what I tried to tell. The jokes had to fly, but I tried to explain to people, yo, that food you're seeing, that's standard for when pandemics ain't happening. That's the beginning of training camp food. That is real. Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, they getting filet mignon and shit. Like,
oh shit, okay.
Yeah,
so
no, they
back to normal.
They just did a widespread test for the league again. Okay. No positive tests at all.
Yeah.
Good shit.
So the bubble is working.
Yeah, the bubble's working.
Damn.
You need to put everyone in a bubble and make sure they stay exactly there.
Yeah.
In a bubble, you mean like quarantine?
Quarantine.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Interesting. It's working.
Who would have thought if you put, a little mini club inside these hotels, which is just kind of, a lounge, a barbershop, some restaurants.
And make sure people
kind
don't
of flow out
nowhere.
their trainers and their own personal barbers that they can make it work.
Just don't bring the hoes. Don't bring the hoes in there.
No, bring some hoes. Just quarantine them.
Yeah, just quarantine them,
Yeah.
JC, goddamn, bro. Bring the hoes.
Yeah.
Bring them.
Because what's going to happen is if you don't bring them, they're going to sneak them in anyways.
True.
So,
but you gotta pick your hoes and you gotta stay with them.
And you gotta understand that you probably sharing the same hoe with another guy in the league, and that's just how it goes.
I mean, that's probably just how it goes, anyways.
I mean,
but, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it's gonna take until they what's it called? Till I guess Captain Fever gets to them.
Well, I mean, they ain't gonna be there for that long, anyways.
2 months, man.
once the games start, I mean,
I was gonna say that shit.
Yeah, they had scrimmages today for the first time in like a long time, and
it was good to see basketball back.
It was good to see it back, but it was so weird watching it. It was just like it felt like the Olympics. That's how it really felt. Like they had like the music playing in the background, like doom doom that type of shit. Yeah, but there was no fans. The only people that were in there were other players and the media.
I didn't even get that. I literally just watched it as this is a scrimmage.
No. I'm talking about what was in the background.
No, I understand, but if you understand watching a scrimmage, that's basically what we see watching a scrimmage. So it didn't phase me.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
But it was nice seeing it.
Weird though, because when you really think about it, that's how the games are gonna be. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's gonna be weird until you get the first hard foul, and you're like, "All right, game on." Who cares?
True.
Like,
you're right. You're
that's
right.
one thing. That's one thing about. That's one reason why I love basketball so much. It might look weird at the start, but as soon as they start hooping, hoopers can hoop anywhere, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
They could have been on a fucking blacktop, and I'll still watch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
We're gonna watch
that
them at the
travels.
YMCA.
Yeah, I will say that basketball travels. Now, baseball, on the other hand, which started also.
That was weird.
By the way, look, I love baseball. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I fucking watch every game that I could. You know what I'm saying? Or every Giants game that I could.
Bruh,
I swear to God, they were playing the A's.
boring.
It wasn't that it was boring. It was just so fucking weird.
I mean,
that one is weird. Because
that one
they're
is
on a field and there's so much open space.
God.
Yeah.
That's why basketball. That's why I get what you guys kind of saying with the Olympics.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I guess, that feel.
Right.
But in comparison to football and baseball, where there's just open space,
and not only that,
you can't get rid of it because you have to recognize that open space.
Yeah.
Nah, I can deal with basketball.
And not only that, bro, but like even like during the game on television, I'm saying TV, right? They'll fucking pan to the stands and like point out like weird motherfuckers, bro, like all the time.
Yeah.
I shit you not, like it's fucking, and it's cool because it's like it kind of makes you like when you're watching on TV, it gives you that feel like you're there and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's like they pan to the stand, and what are you gonna go to, like a chair?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They
like
have very few,
and they have fucking
Cardboard.
artificial noise, bro.
So like, don't let me get in on the artificial noise. Basketball. I'll get banned from that feature.
not even the app, because that hasn't even gone into effect yet. Right? Right now, like you could hear them chanting, "Let's go Giants," but it's only on the fucking speakers. It sounds like a whole fucking crowd, but like
that's some Black Mirror shit.
It's so fucking weird, dude. It's like everything's going on except the fans are just not there, and it's just like throwing
we just
the whole
20 years
shit
away
off.
from them being able to
Like,
do the VR shit, and actually like you could pay $20 to actually be digitally input in the seat and watch it from that. And we about 20 years away from that. I can't wait for that shit.
See, that's what I'm saying with WWE. I've been kind of because they didn't. That's the crazy thing. WWE didn't stop. They just kept doing shows first in the empty arenas and shit. Then they got people in the performance center and shit, and that's still kind of weird. It's like first you just hear silence and shit while they're wrestling, and now there's like people surrounding the ring and fucking tapping on the plexiglass and shit like that. And I'm just like, okay, this is getting used to it. And the NFL, shit.
We'll see how that goes.
Man.
They done canceled preseason altogether, and then they fought with the owners did not want to test these guys every single day, and it's like
because they know what's gonna happen.
For real.
Word. It ain't even about knowing what's gonna happen. It's like it ain't even about that. It's like the dollar signs are that much more important than
Their lives.
Your individual product. Like, it's horrible calling guys product, but that's what they are to the organization. Like that. You would want to make sure that you had the best product in your house possible. So the fact that they even had the players had to go to social media and basically say we want to play, but they're not giving us
a reason to
play because they're not taking care of us on the health standards.
Yeah,
it's like
NFL,
again. I've been trying to tell you guys the NFL is a 1 foot forward progress. And 3 steps backwards ass.
And they had the
like,
most time to figure this out. How the hell did the NBA figure it out better than the fucking NFL?
Well, I mean, to be fair, the NBA figures out a lot of shit compared
and
to anybody.
And to be fair too, when you're going into NFL training camp, you got 90 players, and that's not including your staff.
Yeah.
So that's a lot harder to get them into a hotel
Yeah, and
So
they're
to corral
trying to
everyone,
get fans.
lack of better terms.
They're trying to get fans to. They say that fans are not allowed into the fans are not allowed into the stadium unless they wear a face mask and shit. I'm going, dude. No, you're not allowed. No fans are going to be allowed in the fucking stadiums right now,
Well,
bro.
New York already said they're not allowing any fans. Right?
Yeah, Gavin Newsom said hell no. Everyone else is going to be saying hell no except for Florida.
Except for Florida.
Florida, of course.
And Texas.
Texas too, yeah. I can see that.
And Arizona. Just those three.
We'll see.
It's just like, dude, when cases going up, why are you guys even thinking about having fans in there? Like, dude, you guys are stupid.
Very.
Whatever.
Again, because they're putting the dollar again. And when I was saying that I understand why every sport is continuing instead of canceling the season. It was money. I wasn't saying that from the standpoint of money is the most important factor.
Yeah.
It was in football, the average salary, for people who don't know, the average salary ain't the fucking $10 million contract that the elite players are getting. The average salary for a football player is like $500,000.
Right.
And that's before taxes. Now take whatever's left over from the taxes and paying your agent and whatever else you got to pay. Mm-hmm. Remember, some of these guys are the breadwinners for not even their immediate household. They're the breadwinners for the entire family tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So $250,000 to even think about walking away from that, like it's not possible.
Nah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to get it done.
That's what I was saying, man. If these fucking southern states would have just told, like, especially like Alabama, Texas.
Can't even blame southern states, fam. It was California too.
I know California. If you would have told them motherfuckers,
It's the country as a whole.
Well, if you would have told them, especially those southern states, if you guys would stay in here for 6 weeks, you will have football.
Yes.
Just stay in there for literally, like, especially like Alabama and Oklahoma, as soon as all them shits. If you would have told them, you stay in here for 6 weeks, wear a mask, we will have football in the fall.
Bro, I don't know how true this is, or I can't even recall the source anymore. But I read some shit from my cousin. He sent it to me and shit. Basically, overall, what they're predicting is that if in 4 to 8 weeks, if everybody, all they had to do is if everybody wears a fucking mask for 4 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, and we can have control.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen what other fucking countries have done.
That's literally all you have to do is just wear a fucking mask for 4 to 8 weeks.
I think the USA's been banned from traveling to Jamaica.
Everywhere.
They've been banned everywhere, bro.
Yeah, so
we've been banned from everywhere.
Yeah, so the whole, all these 3 years, it's like, build the wall, build the wall, build the wall. And it's like, congrats, motherfuckers, wall. You built the wall around us.
Yeah. Good job. Pandemic, y'all built the wall.
Yeah.
It was dead ass. Like
every other country is like, hey, you built that wall, now use it. Stay the fuck from out here.
Stay over there.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah.
We good. They're literally looking at us like, dude, all you guys gotta do is wear a damn mask, and because this virus can be contained. Like, it can literally be contained.
Yeah, everyone else is containing it.
They talking about green lighting kids going back to school and
they're
all that kind of shit. While the people that are signing all this shit off, they're making sure their kids are still remote. Like,
they give no fucks about us.
Yeah, somebody brought up a good point with teachers though. They were like, I mean, now's the best time to take advantage of the higher pay, like you've been saying.
Yep.
$250 per kid, 10 maximum. Do it all on Zoom. The salary goes up, I think, from what they're making to just under 30 or in the mid 30s, and it goes up double at least. It's a good job if you're a teacher.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. You niggas. Whatever. Just vote. God damn it.
Voting ain't gonna bring your preseason games back.
I don't give a fuck about preseason. I don't care about preseason.
I mean, for some teams,
watch that shit anyway.
I mean, for some teams it does. Remember, some teams got rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, training camp.
Yeah, training camp don't do shit. Man.
Nah,
I know. All I'm gonna say is fucking Hard Knocks gonna be interesting.
And I shouldn't say training camp. Training camp, in the grand scheme of things, it helps build your chemistry, but it don't teach the rookies shit until they actually get on the field against other competition.
That's why this season's gonna be it's gonna happen.
It's gonna be stop and go. They're gonna have to stop a couple times.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you might as well just wait until March.
At least. Or just
What do I
postpone
know?
the fucking
Fuck
season.
that, man. Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna
Shit.
do. Sadly, Super Bowl gonna be in an empty fucking stadium.
Yeah.
In Florida. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway.
Terry Crews, whole ass nigga of the week award.
The whole ass nigga of the week.
I got a duel for this one. One of them goes to the country group Lady Antebellum.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Lady Antebellum did not realize the ways of their racially insensitive name. For those who don't know, just go research that.
Do your Googles.
And they initially wanted to change from Lady Antebellum to Lady A. The problem is they didn't do their Googles themselves and realized that there was a recording artist, same country, blues type sound, who's been using the name Lady A for the last 20 years. So they reached out to Lady A, and Lady A was like, yeah, you could have the name, but I ain't selling for less than $20 million. Mm-hmm. And Lady Antebellum decided that they were going to take Lady A to court over the name. Yes, you heard that correctly. Mm-hmm. The group that changed their name to Lady A, while there was already a Lady A for over 20 years, is taking her to court because she won't give up the name for less than $20 million. Yep. That is the complete definition of the caucasity. And yeah, y'all some hoes.
Yeah, y'all trash.
Y'all some hoes.
Y'all seriously trash.
Congratulations.
The second hoe ass niggas of the week. These go to those Chicago residents that opened fire on mourners at a funeral. I think it happened last night.
I didn't even hear about that, but
14 mourners were struck by bullets. A total of 60 rounds were shot, including rounds shot from the funeral in response to them being shot on.
Oh my God.
So they hit the car a few times to the point where the car crashed and all 5 occupants, they booked it. They all just ran.
Yeah, Chicago's going crazy out there.
Wow.
So crazy the fact that whole ass nigga.
But I'm not done. You gotta be some heartless hoe ass motherfuckers to be shooting up at a funeral.
Seriously.
Like, this ain't even got nothing to do with him.
No, I'm trying to lead into what's
going on. I get it. But for this shit, like,
some hoe ass niggas.
Yeah, you get the same energy if it's true on what Tory Lanez did. You get the same energy for this.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is some hoe ass shit.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I've been hoe ass niggas trying to send fucking agents to fucking, not agents, but like military agents to fucking Portland, and they've been fucking protesting and fighting back. He's trying to send them to Chicago and Kansas City and shit because he's trying to flex for whatever reason, trying to look tough because he doesn't want to look weak.
Well, he's doing that because he had to announce that everybody has to wear masks. Mm-hmm. He announced that shit on yesterday, if I believe, Tuesday.
No, yeah, whatever.
I got the update when I was leaving work. Like, he had to come out and he had to say, yeah, it's not looking like it's going to get better anytime. You guys got to wear masks.
Yeah, now he's saying that. Now he's saying that. Now watch the shit get better now because everything he always says, the opposite always fucking happens.
Yeah.
And then he's going to try to take credit for it. Like I've always said, just vote, you hoe-ass niggas. Ugh.
Now, I do want to salute. Round of applause. I don't know if you guys have heard this story about Jennifer
I've heard
McClegan.
It. Oh, yeah, I've heard it.
Who?
Jennifer McClegan. So she's a 39-year-old woman, single mother and a registered nurse in Valley Stream, which is a community in Long Island. She bought her house 3 years ago. She's endured a lot of racial discrimination from her neighbors, particularly I think 2 that are specific. There's been people that have walked up on her house with guns. Mm-hmm. They've called the police on her for just random shit, just to fuck with her.
Wow.
Well, word got around about that, and she's been constantly filing reports, but the police keep telling her, well, we can't do anything unless you're physically harmed. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, this is a single mother with an infant child.
Wow.
So they won't do anything. So the community...
Mainly this one dude on Twitter.
Yeah, he goes by Flo on Twitter. Mm-hmm. He was like, nah, enough's enough. Because when I see her, I see my black mother, my grandmother, my sisters, everybody. Nah, we got to rally. So he got some people and they set up shop around her house.
It was just him. And it was just him. And he was literally patrolling.
Okay. And eventually he was able to recruit some people.
No, they did it on their own. They all just showed up.
What I'm saying is, in him taking a stance, he was able to recruit people that they found in themselves. They all were like, we're going to take stance. We're going to watch her house from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. every single night. Mm-hmm. Word started spreading out from that. Like Carucci and a few other celebrities, they then started donating blankets and chairs for them. Then
gang members,
food. Then the Queens section of the Rolling 60s, the Crips. They got word of it and they started sending members out there to start patrolling and watching. And guess what? As soon as they started going on there, that's when the police started circling around and.
Oh my God!
And they're still and as of right now, they're still chilling in front of her house right now, just making sure that none of you racist motherfuckers try anything. And I bet these racist fuckers are like, "Are you serious?"
Where was this shit?
In Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said the Queens.
Yeah, the Queens. The set of the Rolling 60. Yeah.
Yeah, they showed up over there.
Wow.
And they're watching her house. And she has a sign. She has a big old sign in front of her house, pretty much describing everything that happened.
Let me just say this real quick, and this is exactly why gangs were formed.
Yeah, of course.
To look after their own,
community.
Their own community. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the word.
Mm-hmm. Gangs are gangs are a byproduct of the civil rights and Black Panthers.
Yeah, I just want to make that clear every chance I get, because like a lot of people look at gangs and it's like, oh, whatever. Like, the negative connotations come with it.
Yeah, before the narcotics and the weaponry came into effect. Yeah, the gangs were just community police.
Yep.
Policing the police from policing them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's what took place. And in this instance, it's not just Black people. There was a white man that went up to her porch and completely repainted her front porch at no cost. There was another a white gentleman that I forgot where he flew out from, but he flew in. He sat down on a chair and was like, "No, I'm standing for her. I'm watching her house throughout the day."
It's pretty
and then Flo came in. He took over from the 12-hour shift. Like, they have rallied around that woman. A lot of people, I get what they're saying. Well, and it's not, from what I've read, it hasn't been malicious in the sense of, okay, well, they're clearly doing this. Like, let's find her a new location. But at the same time, she paid for her house.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have to leave.
Yeah.
They found out that one of the women that's been harassing her, she's selling prescription drugs. Like, they caught her on camera.
Like selling them aftermarket or whatever the fuck?
Like she's in her house. Like, and she's in the alleyway above her house in between. There's a camera catching her selling prescription drugs.
Wow.
And the police weren't doing anything about that. So then Twitter got a hold of that footage, and so they started they found out who the woman was, and started contacting her employer and all that stuff. So
All right.
So it's just funny because now them racist fuckers are seeing all this and they can't do, because like once again, we outnumber them and they know that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like they just sitting back like how Trump sits, what it is when he's sitting like this with his arms folded. That's exactly how they sit when they can't get their way.
I can see the sleeves already going up halfway up his arm.
He does that all the damn time like a child. Yeah, man. But I
want to salute that community that's right around Jennifer McClegan.
Try to get them racist motherfuckers out the neighborhood. Get them racist motherfuckers out the neighborhood. That's pretty much how I look at it.
Yeah.
Anyway, shit. Anything else? I'm getting tired.
That's it.
Yeah. This is episode 190.
I get it. We pulled a double.
Yeah, seriously, man. This is a double header.
And this is episode 192 of the Logical Sense Podcast. You can follow me on that stuff. Shout out Mr. Fab. Follow me at Mr. Busby4 lowercase 08. You can follow us on Twitter at TLogicalSP. You can follow us on Instagram at TheLogicalSense, and of course on the Facebook. Whoa. Steve Austin.
Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
And of course, you can hit me up on all social media, JC No. Apparently, we're gonna have to. I mean, you catch me on social media doing whatever, but apparently, we're gonna have to find somebody to start running that Twitter account handle that we got after this battle. I looked at how many people don't follow that damn Twitter account just because of our scorecard, and I was like, oh, we're gonna need some content moving forward, more than just okay. Here's the show and here's the playlist, and we'll see you again next week. Like, we're gonna need a little more.
Right.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah, shouts out to everybody that tuned in, both on Caffeine, paid attention to the scorecard on Twitter. We had fun tonight. It was good. It was a really good day.
Shout out to Snoop and X.
Yes. Once again, still nobody has called out Candyman or Candyland. I just want to.
No one's gonna call out fucking New Edition, JC.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, bro.
That's fine, but I'm just gonna keep putting it out there.
But no one's.
He just wants to see it. Goddammit.
No, I don't want to see it. No, I don't want to see it. I just want to remind people this is why they're not saying it. You have to put it out there. You have to keep reminding people.
Yeah, but I think.
But I mean, man,
even
it's
like common knowledge, like no one's going to.
Saying,
even Boys to Men is not
racism is bad as common knowledge, but hey, we're still fighting it years later.
He's right. He's got a point there. he's got a point there. Goddamn.
Ding.
Yeah.
Speaking of ding.
Oh yeah, you can follow me at Beats Be Killing on all my social medias. And search Venomous, spelled VNMS, on all your digital streaming platforms. Because yes, I do make music, believe it or not. I make the beats, I write the lyrics, I record my own shit, I engineer it. I mean, damn, that kind of rhymed and I didn't even fucking mean to. Shit. Yeah, but check that shit out. And y'all can check out my playlist I put up. I think we put it up on Tuesday morning because I was late.
Yeah,
it's called Latin Twist. It's got a bunch of reggaeton. It's got a bunch of like Latin rappers and shit like that. Like, it's cool. I fucked with it. I was very, how do I put it?
amused, happy.
Entertained as I was creating the playlist.
Like,
it was cool. Yeah,
those are the best when you get a vibe and you know where you're going with it. It's like, oh, this song will get here and the transitions.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All that.
Anyway, yeah, we out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Catch you next week.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.